Welcome to Full Count Rhythm Baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Now let's head into the ballpark for tonight's game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hendersonville, Tennessee, and Drakes Creek Park for tonight's Ohio Valley League action between the Fulton Railroaders and your Full Count Rhythm. Full Count in first place with a 20-9 record. Won 6 of the last 10 games. Fulton comes in with a 14-15 record, and they have won 4 of their last 10. Fulton took on the Hoptown Hoppers last night at Hoptown and dropped a 4-0 decision after winning the night before at home against the Henderson Flash 5-4. This is the 7th meeting between these two teams this year. Full Count owns a 5-1 record over the Railroaders, 23-4 all time. Full Count over the Railroaders. Full Count 151-74 in their 4+ years of existence. This is the 30th game of the year for both squads. And we have had some rain here in Sumner County, Middle Tennessee, currently not raining. And thankfully, Drakes Creek Park, field number 3, is an all-turf, artificial turf infield. As you see, Josh Carmen currently removing the cover of the mound. I'm not sure why that's his job to do that, but apparently others who see him do that game in and game out have not made the decision to say, you know what, coach, let me handle that for you. You've got enough to do. So that's called anticipation. As you see some youngsters out on the field tonight, it is kids' night here at Drakes Creek Park. This is the 4th to last home game in the regular season for Full Count. We'll be back here on Thursday and then Saturday. Then don't play back at Drakes Creek until the following Saturday, which is the final game of the regular season. So Fulton tonight, Hoptown on Thursday night at home. Paducah will get the last 2 home games on the 12th and the 19th. I believe the 19th is Chick-fil-A Appreciation Night. The 10th is First Responders Night. Hendersonville Firefighters Association is sponsoring the night's activities on Thursday night. Do I have that right, Kevin? You're not listening? That's okay. Saturday is Hendersonville Firefighters. I have to look at my email a little bit more closely. Brooke Carmen, the queen of Full Count Ministry, sends the notes. I peruse them, but I don't memorize them. Tonight, kids' night. Let's see if I can get that figured out. I don't have it on this email that I'm looking at, but we'll get it figured out to let you know. But Chris Williard and the Hendersonville Firefighter Association have been sponsoring Full Count Rhythm Baseball for a couple of years now, so appreciate them. And, of course, our title sponsor is Chick-fil-A of Rivergate, Todd and Linda Hunley. And so we will take a quick break, and we will be back with the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
And now the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups. First for the visitors, the Fulton Railroaders, coached by J.D. Willis. He's assisted by Jake Vitale. And now the general manager, Charlie Forbett, is in the dugout, dressed out. He is assisting as well. He'll be coaching at first base. J.D. Willis down at third. Leading off playing center field is Owen Sullivan. Batting second, the catcher, Chris Henson. Shane Carnes, the DH. He'll hit third. Jaden Perez, the cleanup hitter, playing right field. Ellis Hurt, the newest Fulton Railroaders, out in left field, batting fifth. A.J. Armstrong at third base, hit sixth. Caleb Warren will play second base, and he will hit seventh. Batting eighth, Matt Reinhart at shortstop, and Xander Smith rounds out the lineup, playing first base. And on the mound for the Railroaders, Grant Baskin, a left-hander, 6 foot, 190 pounds, from George Fox University, Arroyo Grande, or Arroyo Grande, California. Not really sure which one that is. Somebody listening in might be able to help out. I don't think I've ever heard of George Fox University. Somebody let me know where that's located. Baskin, 27 2/3 innings in 7 starts. He's a 2-4 record, 26 hits. Make that 28 hits, 16 runs, 11 of those are earned. Walked 16, struck out 21. Has a 3.58 ERA. And he will be on the mound for the Railroaders to face the rhythm lineup that looks like this. Nolan Sargent leading off, playing center field. John Paul Head bats second, playing right field. Devin McCarron's at shortstop. He'll hit third. The cleanup hitter tonight is Jake Merrick, playing third base. Trace Simmons back in the DH role, batting fifth. Jake Turr at second base, hit sixth. And Logan Harrell behind the plate for his first start with the equipment on. Got in yesterday's game late when Jonathan Stewart got hurt on a foul ball off his shoulder, and Logan Harrell will bat seventh, the switch hitting now utility player. Blake Carter bats eighth. He'll play first base. Charlie Bozeman in left field, batting ninth. And on the mound, former high school teammate and now college teammate with Logan Harrell, Jonas Smithson, right-hander, 6'3", 195 pounds, from now Gallatin, Tennessee. He's the son of John and Amy Smithson, big brother to Micah and Brody, grandson of Granddaddy in Hendersonville and Pop and Mimi in Gallatin. He'll get his second start of the year, his first start up at Paducah. Got 3 innings in 4 hits, 3 runs. They were earned, walked 2, struck out 5, and took the loss in that game. He'll be back out on the mound for the Rhythm, his first outing here at Drakes Creek Park, as you see the coaches and umpires meeting at home plate here at Drakes Creek. Ellis Hurt, one of the newer Roaders, also now former teammates with several folks affiliated with the Rhythm. He was on Trevecca squad for the last couple of years. Josh Carmen, of course, is an assistant coach. Ellis Hurt has played in the Ohio Valley League in the past. I know 2 years ago he played for the Henderson Flash. That was at least 2 years ago. There's a chance it was 3 years ago. Ellis Hurt is from Pegram, Tennessee. That's here in Middle Tennessee. Went to Harpeth High School. 6'1", 190-pound rising junior, and he is in the portal, the transfer portal. Not sure if he has committed anywhere yet. Commitments are coming in from some of these guys that have been in the portal as it has closed. Hey, somebody's wearing an Ohio State Buckeyes shirt down in front of the press box. Somebody yell out, OH! Here we go. Let's see if we can do this. OH! Nothing. Oh, got IO from my wife, but somebody's trying to be a smart aleck and say, go blue. I say, go blow your nose on that school up north. Tim Dixon, you're not a Michigan fan. Don't tell me that. I know you're not. Go Buckeyes, national champs. We got chiming in on the broadcast already. Vicky Maloney, super fan. Currently reigning in Fulton. Well, You know what they say, it's always sunny in Hendersonville, Tennessee.
To enjoy the game of baseball. Thank you for everyone involved in making nights like tonight happen. We thank you for the rain and for the sunshine that always rises afterward. Tonight we ask a special prayer for the families of the flood and weather victims in Texas. Please be with those families in their time of loss. God, please watch over the players, coaches, umpires, and fans tonight. And may all we do bring glory to you. Amen.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
And Kevin Criswell says, play ball. Kevin back for his second game as the public address announcer, in for Tim Ferguson, I think he's out this week at the spa. I think he's getting his hands massaged, and he's getting that voice box rested to come back to finish out the regular season and the playoffs. So probably getting his mani-pedi done today or tomorrow. Can't remember. Missed Tim while he's gone, but Kevin's done a great job. He's from the scorers table. And Ken Stiegel, one of the co-owners of that prestigious company that is it's an international company now. They're worldwide. As the Full Count Rhythm take the field in their all whites. In left field is Charlie Bozeman, Nolan Sargent in center, John Paul Head out in right field. Jake Merrick handling third base duties. Devin McCarron at shortstop. Jake Turr is at second base, and Blake Carter out over at first base and getting his first start behind the plate, probably since high school in Goodpasture, is Logan Harrell. And on the mound, Jonah Smithson. And wow, Dave and Trish Lamar showing up here at the ballpark. Longtime supporters. Several years they were host families. That's what we're having on Thursday is host family night. That's what's happening. I knew something really big and important was happening Thursday night. Jonah Smithson throws a pitch. There's not a pitch or a batter in there. What was that, low and outside? He's just getting ready, folks. It's not for real yet. Owen Sullivan has not stepped into the batter's box. Did that throw you off, Ken? You thought the game was starting? Look to me. I mean, there's Mason Davidson, the home plate umpire. He got in his position, and he's ready to call a strike, but Jonah threw it low and away to a right-hander. Eddie Crittenden's dialed in. I know he is up there in Fulton. Sit back, Eddie, on that big screen and watch the Fulton Railroaders against the Full Count Rhythm as the first pitch is high to Owen Sullivan, and we're underway at 7:07 Central Time. Game time temperature 77 degrees, brought to you by Stitches by Cindy. 1-0, swung on a miss by Sullivan. Owen from Oak Creek, Wisconsin. 5'10", 180 pounds. Tim Dixon, who's from Vermillion, South Dakota, is our clock operator tonight. Another swing and a miss. But he hangs out in Minneapolis, Minnesota at North Central University, so he gets to hear that northern accent. And I got the bumper sticker that said I wasn't born in the South, but I got here as quick as I could. Being a Cincinnati boy, thus the Ohio State University fanatic. But Tim doesn't have that northern accent. South Dakota, not necessarily San Diego. 2-2 is swung on, and there's a Safeway strikeout to begin the ball game for Jonah Smithson in his second start of the year. Tim's got a Midwestern accent. He doesn't. It's not northern. It's definitely not southern. Just had a visit from his parents, Mark and Sonny Dixon, in from South Dakota. Chris Henson, the catcher, stands in. And a swing and a miss on the slider that Jonah is throwing. I actually asked him what his pitches were, and I don't have the piece of paper, or I wrote it down. Fastball. He's got a slider, and now he's 0-2 on number 7, Chris Henson from Southwest Tennessee Community College. Hometown, Florence, y'all. Florence, Kentucky, just south of Cincinnati, Ohio, where myself and my wife were born. Ground ball to the left side, cut off by Merrick, and his throw is right on time to Blake Carter for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the first. Now Shane Carnes, the DH tonight. It's from Lebanon Junction, Kentucky. Goes to, or at least did go to, Schoolcraft. It's a community college up north. Swing and a miss as Smithson got him swinging on that breaking pitch. He's got a splitter as well, but I think that's the slider. 0-1, and he forced one right over the plate that Carnes takes for a strike. Shane hitting .231, playing in his 14th game. Another ground ball to the left side. McCarron charges gloves, and that's 3 up, 3 down. A better start for Jonah Smithson in game 2 than he had up at Paducah, so a good sign. As only 11 pitches to acquire 3 outs. We're scheduled for 9. We're going to head to the bottom of the first. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese and Susan Reese back on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Try to get to some of your comments. Dolores Harrell is a frequent visitor to the Full Count Broadcast Network when the Fulton Railroaders are in town. Glad to have you. Jay Myers speaking to me as though I'm an old man, calls me Mr. Reese. Mr. Myers, it's good to have you as well. Paula Sims, frequent flyer. She is on over in East Tennessee. Bob McCall, a shout out on Facebook. Man of many hats. I have a lot of hats. I'm not sure if you're talking about me, but. Oh, there you go. Talking about Carmen. There we go. My wife's keeping up. She's not too poor to pay attention. Good job. I know these are a little bit older, so. Riley Gore says, who's catching Tim? Okay. Who's catching Tim, I think is what what it was. Who's catching for full count is Logan Harrell. Who's hitting for full count right now is Nolan Sargent. He takes the first pitch from Grant Baskin for ball one. Baskin 2 and 4 on the season. Second in innings pitched on the club. 1 inning less than Tyler Chapman. Chapman has 10 appearances, 5 starts. This is Grant Baskin's 8th start of the year, and that tops all pitchers in the league. 2-0. It pitches the outside corner for a called strike. Chapman with a 5-2 record. He's tied for the most wins with Ryan Sweeney, who got his 5th yesterday. Only 2 in the league with 5. Slow breaking pitch swung over the top of by Nolan Sargent. The count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Baskin from California, George Fox University from last year. 3.6 ERA. 2-2 pitch popped up on the left side. In is Ellis Hurt, who makes the catch for out number 1. We have a bat boy tonight. Don't know who that is. Wearing somebody's Mission jersey. That's Peyton Vaught's number 26. I believe that was a number jersey that he had on. John Paul Head stands in. Mom and Dad? Let's see. If I can go to let me check my memory. I'm going to go Leanne is mom. I don't have it off the top of my head. Hey, Leanne, I was right. Paul. Why would I not remember Paul? It's his middle name, John Paul Head. 1-0 pitch. Whispers at the outside corner for a called strike. On my stats, he's hitting .453. That's tops in the league on anybody's stat line. .577 on base average. That also leads all players. Swings and fouls that one back. Leads the league in runs scored with 32, hits with 43, RBIs with 42. It leads the club in doubles with 8 and home runs with 5 and walks with 27. Let me tell you the most impressive stat, 2-1 pitch, a check swing ground ball to the right side. Caleb Warren from his knees throws on to the tall Xander Smith to retire John Paul 4-3 if you're scoring at home. And if you've been around all year long, you know. Let me know if you're scoring at home. I need to know these things. His most impressive stat is he has walked 3 times for every time that he's struck out. That is, I've never seen that. 27 walks, 9 strikeouts. Devin McCarron stands in, second on the club in hitting at .387. Homer and 6 RBIs, playing in game number 9. He's got a dozen hits, including 3 doubles and a long ball. And there's our first AAA autoglass foul ball off to the right side. There's a youngster with an orange shirt on, and he is getting it. I mean, getting it. Don't fall down on the gravel, boss. Oh, there's little Lee. Don't walk through the water there. Our 5-year-old grandson, he's going after. He's way late. 1-1 pitch. That's foul back. Lucy, you might as well get on a golf cart. Our 2-year-old granddaughter, she's got Eli's shirt on and it's tied up in a knot and back so she doesn't trip on it. That's good. Is there a parent in sight? Do you see our son or daughter-in-law? Nope. Line down the right field line. Stays in the field of play, but it's in foul territory. So no AAA autoglass foul ball. It's 3:20 down the lines here at Drakes Creek Park Field number 3. 3:45 in the alleys. 370 to dead center with a, I don't know, probably a 20-foot fence. Batter's eye out there with 2 huge AAA autoglass signs out there. Baskin delivers. That's on the inside corner, and down goes McCarron for 3 up, 3 down for Baskin. Backwards K in the book. Sets down McCarron, who is heading to Mercer University after a fantastic year at Chat State in Chattanooga. No score after 1. We're headed to the top of the second. You're listening and watching on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
4, 5, and 6 due up for the Railroaders. Jaden Perez, Ellis Hurt, A.J. Armstrong. Kind of funny. I know 2 of those 3, and I know of the other one. Jaden Perez and A.J. Armstrong, a couple of Vol State pioneers that I broadcast for in the fall and the spring. Ellis Hurt, watched him play several games. And I know he's a part of Trevecca Nazarene for the last couple of years. Jaden Perez stands in. Dad Roger in attendance, all the way up from Miami, Florida. Came up to the press box to say howdy do. My wife is hunting flies. She missed. Jaden swings and misses on the outside fastball. He's down in the count 0-2. 5'11", 190-pound rising redshirt freshman from Miami, Florida. Went to Western High School. He's a biology major. Son of Roger Perez and Jessica Perez. Big brother to Jenna and Jesse. And he's a 3-pitch victim for Jonas Smithson and a Safeware strikeout. Get your head out of the way of the fly swatter there, broadcaster. About got nailed on the backswing. You got him that time, though, didn't you, hon? Who's the big boy? Yeah, almost broadcaster interference on that. Death of the fly. Ellis Hurt stands in the transfer portal after being at Trevecca a couple of years. A one-time Henderson Flash takes ball 1. Right-handed batter. Swing and a miss on the pitch from his now former teammate, Jonas Smithson. So there's 3 Trojans pitching, catching, and hitting right now. That's a lot of Trojans. They're all within 60 feet, maybe 65 feet. Tapper foul at the plate. Logan Harrell behind the plate. His first start there. With him down a couple of catchers, so he's getting the start. Hurt played in a handful of games at Trevecca. Ground ball to short. McCarron gloves, throws over to first. Retire Hurt. Tell you, it takes me just a little bit, folks, to remember that I've got 4 cameras. Yesterday, with this home away business, I keep forgetting I got to hit multiple cameras on a ground ball. At Paducah last night, I only had 2 cameras. Once it's hit and it's not in the middle of the frame, I go to the all camera and good luck finding it. A.J. Armstrong at the plate. He grounds one foul. A.J. played in 36 games for the Pioneers this past year. 6'1", 225-pound rising sophomore from Woodbury, Tennessee, Cannon County High School. He's a line, the son of Jack and Sharon Armstrong, brother to Kaylee. As that changeup misses down. Hello to Paul and Nana in Woodbury. Let's see if Paul sent me an email tonight. He normally does, but did it the other day. I didn't notice it till after the game when we were up in Fulton. But I guarantee they're glued to the set. Paul and Nana, the Craddocks up in Woodbury. A.J., who leads the league in walks, takes ball 2. Walked 27 times this past year in 36 games for Vol State. He's already walked 30 times in the season here. He grounds one to the left side. Jake Merrick gloves and throws Armstrong out, and 6 up, 6 down for Jonah Smithson. Been a first base coach most of the year for the Rhythm, and now pitching in his second game. So when he's not coaching, he's pitching. We'll take a break, come back for the bottom of the second. There's no score here in Hendersonville, Tennessee.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Riley Gore, been talking to his mama. Knows that I went to Myers' front porch before the ball game. Checked out the turkey. It's a Rhythm Cubana is what that sandwich is known as now, Riley. It becomes a Rhythm turkey Cubana when you put some avocado on that sandwich. Delicious. I mean, I walked into Myers' front porch and everybody's there. Mary Schaefer Gore, owner Corey Langford, Jake Merrick, been silent with the stick here in the last couple games, had a 12-game hitting streak and had a 24-game on base streak. And those are snapped in the last week. Dead fly. My wife is raising that batting average now. There's a ground ball right back up the middle, and that's just what you need. You need the broadcaster jinx. Jake Merrick with a leadoff base hit here in the second. Am Roach listening in, I think she's over there in East Tennessee. Oh, Paula Sims in Unionville. Okay. Not East Tennessee. That's more Middle Tennessee, isn't it? Down there near Bedford. It's in Bedford County. Shelbyville. I love saying that. Shelbyville. Sounds like it's spelled with a shovel. Shovel. It's actually Shelbyville for those of you that live up north. Runner on, nobody out. Breaking pitch curves around the plate to Trace Simmons. Trace, a new Pelican over there at Pellissippi State. Are they the Penguins? No, they're the Panthers. I know what they are. Rival of Vol State. I told him after this year he's going to be dead to me. He had a chance to go to Vol State. He chose to go to Knoxville instead. Jake Kerr is on deck. Rhythm trying to get on the scoreboard. Simmons fouls that one in and out of the glove. It'll be a foe next spring. Pellissippi State and Southwest Tennessee Community College. Chris Henson behind the plate is a Saluki. What is a Saluki, you ask? If you know, go ahead and chime in on Facebook, or you can send a YouTube chat in. Had a few comments on YouTube already. Don't understand from Grant P. the Milo Bradovich. He doesn't even play for Fulton Railroaders. So if you heard somebody say Milo Bradovich, I'm not sure what broadcast you were listening to, but I've been assured by our public address announcer, Kevin Criswell, that he did not mention that name. But, you know, you can go back and produce evidence if you need to. Yes, go ahead and make your allegations, and then Kevin will come back with counter allegations and 8x10 glossies. Full Count Ministries, Full Count is down in the dirt, and the first two have reached here in the second. Kevin, I think, is also an attorney based on his emails that I've seen. Signed Kevin Criswell Esquire. So that's pretty important. He's one of them blah, 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 blah lawyers. Kill them all. Oh, he's a good lawyer. Oh, okay. He doesn't practice. Jake Turr at the plate. Jake from Tampa, Florida, from the University of Tampa. Let's see how Jake's been faring this year. I think he had him a couple of hits in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday. He did, went 2 for 3. Scored one of the 3 runs in the 3-0 victory that stopped the winning streak for the Chiefs. Second shutout of the year for Full Count, but then came back and lost 10-4 in game 2. First team to 20 wins this year in the Ohio Valley League. Kerr hitting .250, playing in his 17th game of the year. He's got 15 hits, 1 extra base hit. It was a long ball up at Hoptown. Finally got registered, as Hoptown finally did get that game finalized. He's got 10 RBIs and a 3-ball no strike count. Grant Baskin retired the first 3 batters that he faced in the first, but a single by Jake Merrick and a full count walk to Trace Simmons. And now 3 wide, make it 4 out of the zone to Turr. And the bases are loaded with good guys. I think most of them are good. But I like a few of those rotors too. Brady Davis, Jaden Perez, and A.J. Armstrong, 3 Vol State Pioneers that play for the Rotors. There were 3 on Paducah Chiefs roster as well, but 2 of them have booked. They have left the Chiefs. The only remaining Pioneer is Easton Denning, first baseman. Let's see, Brandon Jaggers that's here. He's the president of the Full Count Ministries Board. Reed Glover is the director of discipleship. For Full Count, full-time staff member John Smithson, the director of ministry down there, having a chat with his buddy Mike Harrell, the father of Logan Harrell, who is on deck. Actually, he's at the plate. Swings and a stab by the third baseman, A.J. Armstrong. His only play is to step on the base to get Simmons. But scoring the Framework Athletics first run of the game is Jake Merrick. And Harrell reaches on the fielder's choice, but picks up the RBI. Turner moves down to second base. Now runners at first and second with one out and one in. Framework Athletics, where the rhythm train when they can't get on the field, probably took some batting practice. I bet you Tim Dixon was over there today. First pitch swinging Blake Carter, and that's a AAA autoglass foul ball. Tim, did you go over there today? Framework. No? Tim didn't want to get better today. Tim did not go. Now he probably went to his workout place. Either that or he had a meeting with his girlfriend. 0-1. That's down to first base, backhanded. And over to second. The ball is not handled at the bag. So fielder's choice and an E3. That will load the bases again. Let's see if I can see that. It just happened. Go to the replay machine. I can't put the replay up there, but you can see it for yourself. It must have, yeah. Looks like it hit him right in the back. Oh, Charlie Bozeman. He was kind to my grandson yesterday. My grandson down in Mississippi, Reese Snapka, called yard card. I didn't know it till later. My daughter told me, and Charlie hit one out at Brooks Stadium yesterday. If he does it here, it's a grand salami. Pops this one up down the right field line. It's probably going to be foul. Let's see if Perez makes a diving attempt, but no catch is made. Michael Holman, the first base umpire, puts his arms out like he wants to take flight, but in baseball, that's considered a safe call, which means it's the opposite of out. There you go. Eric Lamb gets the prize for guessing what a Saluki is. It's a dog. Eric Lamb also, more research in there. Milo O's from LSU Eunice, and he plays for the Flash. So Grant P. watching the wrong game. Who's the Flash are at Hoptown tonight. So Bozeman now with a 2-ball, 1-strike count and a current yard card prophecy by my wife. Charlie. Sometimes we call her she. Call him she. He's okay with that. Sometimes he even eats quiche. 2-2 count to Kevin got that one. That's good. Just playing for the rhythm section up here, Ken. That's all we're doing. Bozeman fouls one back as the former Farragut Admirals. Another chance for Jaden Perez down that right field line, and he won't dive this time. He got wet last time, and he's from Miami, Florida. He doesn't like getting wet unless he's in the ocean. Great kid. Jaden Perez and A.J. Armstrong, part of the Full Count Ministries 242 group this past year at Vol State. That's a discipleship group that I am fortunate to lead over there. Appreciate head coach Jim McGuire and the folks there in the administration allowing me to do that. Bozeman with a 2-ball, 2-strike count, 1 out. Nearly plunked with that inside pitch. And a Full Count Ministries, full count to Charlie, top of the order, Nolan Sargent, waiting patiently. He's not standing squarely in the on-deck circle, though. He is out of the circle. Nolan, get back in the circle. He just said, you're not the boss of me. That ball's out to center field. Back goes Sullivan. He makes the catch. no home run, but a sac fly drives in run number 2. She loses the card, but she gets an RBI for her effort, my lovely wife. 5th or 6th game up here helping out on the broadcast. And I'm just really pleased that we have a official scorer that knows how to record a sacrifice fly and an unearned run. Well, Grant Baskin appreciates an unearned run. Now runners at the corners. Carter stayed at first. And we have an injury down there at third base. Logan Harrell, that's the last thing we need. Logan Harrell being tended to. Is that Brad Swope, who's back from his 3-week Caribbean vacation? Oh, there's nothing that says Brad Swope like a bent over man. Right there, he is checking on somebody who's laying on the ground. Telling you, our catcher's going down like flies. Especially when Susan Reese is on the fly swatter. Yep, that's not fun. Let's see if I can see what happened. Well, he went in head first. What in the world happened? He went in head first at third base. I wonder if he twisted it, maybe going around second. Is Landon 38, Landon Ward. Landon Ward has checked in for, yes, he'll go into catch.
Now to play number 11, Nolan Sargent.
Here in the bottom of the second inning, Landon Ward has replaced Logan Harrell as Nolan Sargent looks at a pitch on the inside corner for a called strike. Flew out to left field, leading off the bottom of the first. Two runs in on 1 hit, 2 walks. Rhythm not done yet is a nice soft little toss over to Xander Smith from Grant Baskin. Seventh batter to come to the plate for full count here in the bottom of the second. Lefty on lefty matchup, foul ball to the right side. Sargent now down in the count 0-2. Waiting for him to announce his new home for the fall. I think I have an idea, but he's not giving me the go-ahead to pull the trigger on announcing that on the broadcast. Jessica Perez checking in down in Miami, and a swing and a miss by Sargent ends the inning. Hello, Jessica. Thanks for joining us. That is the second strikeout by Grant Baskin. 2 runs, one of those was earned. Is that right, Ken? 1 was earned? 1 earned run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. After 2, the Rhythm lead 2-0 over the Fulton Railroaders. We'll be right back.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Jim Reese back on the Full Count Broadcast Network. We move to the top of the third inning, Rhythm with 2 runs in the bottom of the second.
Defensive substitution now behind the plate.
Dennis Carnes talking about John Paul Head earlier, saying that's great hitting in any league. That is absolutely correct. Tim Ferguson checked in. He says go Rhythm. He probably wasn't listening when we were talking about him earlier. You'll have to go back, listen in on those comments later. Hey, we just got a text in from Timmy Johan Dixon. He said dog. I'm guessing he's talking about one of his players, his teammates. No, maybe he's talking about a Saluki. I was just thinking about you and Claire. And Claire Jaggers has brought up cookies to the Rhythm section. She's our favorite person. Forever. All time. Not just now. Forever. The oldest daughter of Brooke and Brandon Jaggers is Caleb Warren, Matt Reinhart, and Xander Smith. 7, 8, 9 to face Jonas Smithson. Back out for his third inning of work. He has been efficient. About to send his 27th pitch to the plate to Warren, and the breaking pitch stays inside on the 1-2 count. Caleb Warren, a redshirt junior at Westminster College. He's from Leesville, South Carolina. Snapper foul to the screen. Caleb Warren playing in his 19th game of the year. Got 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. 2 misses low and away. This might be the first full count pitch that Jonas Smithson is going to throw. Brought to you by Full Count Ministries. Well, the verse of the game later on. And a breaking pitch. Jonah thought he got him a backward K, and instead it is ball 4 on a very, very close pitch. First runner of the ball game for the Railroaders. Roaders lead the league in home runs as a team, 22 big flies. Henderson Flash second with 21, and the Rhythm third with 20. Squaring around a bunt, but pulling the bat back on the last second. They want to check down at first base. And Mason Davidson, the home plate umpire, asks Michael Holman for an assist. He says he did not go. Landon Ward is in for Logan Harrell behind the plate. So the Good Pasture Cougar tandem or battery is ended after 2 innings. Breaking pitch. Bunt attempt by Matt Reinhart is missed. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Hey, if that's for me, I'm not here, okay? Phone ringing in the press box. What in the world? Swing and a miss on another slider outside. See if anybody else has chimed in. Fulton Railroaders Baseball Club. Also says SIU, Southern Illinois University. They're also known as the Salukis. Fastball down. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Southwest Tennessee Community College, the Salukis. If you go to their gym in Verde Sales Gymnasium in Memphis, it's got a picture of a big dog. Nice stop by Landon Ward behind the plate. Another Full Count Ministries full count to Matt Reinhardt, sometimes known as Matthew, 5'11", 160-pound sophomore from Willamette. Don't call me Willamette University. Somewhere in Oregon. He's from San Jose, California. Check swing, and he could not hold up. He is down on strikes, and you know what that means. Another Safeware strikeout. Third of the game for Jonah Smithson. Now he's just a ground ball away from getting out of the inning as Xander Smith checks in. Number 9 hole hitter. He's a utility player from Georgetown College up in just outside of Lexington, Kentucky. He's from Paducah. How did the Chiefs let him get away? And he's going to take one in the left thigh. That is a pretty well put together young man right there. I don't think that hurt. Let's see. Xander Smith's statistical accomplishments. Only has now 30 plate appearances. Third time he's been plunked. Pretty large target in that batter's box. Now 2 on the top of the order. Breaking pitch to Owen Sullivan in there for a called strike. You think anybody calls him Sully? I'm going with Sully. Landon Ward going to go out and have a confab quickly as he and Jonah Smithson need to get together on the signs. No pitch comm here for Full Count Rhythm. It's a ministry, folks. We need money for bats and balls. Our bat sponsor, though, Old Hickory Bats. Smithson with a couple looks back at second and delivers. Another check swing is what he's throwing up there apparently is a mystery. These guys not knowing whether it's a fastball or that splitter, the slider, the changeup. 0-2, swing and a miss. Ward keeps it in front of him, and there's another Safeware strikeout. Second time that Sullivan's gone down on strikes. 4th K of the ball game for number 17, Jonah Smithson, sometimes first base coach for the Rhythm. Now Chris Henson comes to the plate. Smithson trying to wiggle off the hook, allowing a walk and a hit batter. Couple of strikeouts, and he delivers that same pitch right over the plate. Henson takes it for a strike. Just one of 3 Railroaders who have 4 home runs on the year. He and Dylan Cool, who's not in the lineup tonight. Also Jacob Lott, who's not in the lineup. All have 4 home runs. Smithson deals. That may have been that changeup, had a little backward motion toward the right-handed hitter. Henson grounded out to third in the first. See if I can get caught up. The Halls listening in from Farragut, Tennessee. Nice slider again, taken for a strike. Scott and Suzanne, they're super fans. Dolores wanting to know from somebody, did the pup make its way home? I don't know the reference there. Check swing, and they're going to check down at first base, and Michael Holman rings him up for another Safeware strikeout. Couldn't see that from our angle here, but I thought there was at least a chance that Henson might have gone around. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. Headed to the bottom of the third, Rhythm lead 2-0. You're listening and watching the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. we're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Cynthia Pratt, she knows where Willamette is. Salem, Oregon. I didn't even fact check you. I assume there's no reason why you would want to lie about that. It's out there on the World Wide Web. I could have found it. Hey, there's the Wilson Reese family. Looks like they may be coming up to the press box. John Paul had to lead off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Wilson just ran into a young lady coming out of the women's room. He wasn't paying attention. Glad he didn't knock her down. John Paul grounded out to second his first at-bat. Takes a breaking pitch for a called strike. Count evens at 1-1. Paul and Leanne Head listening in. I wonder if they're down in Vestavia Hills, just south of Birmingham. John Paul, an accounting major at the University of Alabama, Birmingham, UAB. Was a 2-sport star at Vestavia Hills High School. Baseball and underwater basket weaving. That pops that one up out to shallow right field. Nope, regular right field. Jaden Perez over. Makes the catch for out number 1. He actually was a football player. He did not hit on the basket weaving team. Sweet Lucy with her beautiful bow is here, and Eli, future broadcaster, 5-year-old, he's here as well. Just have not had the good setup for Eli, time with Eli. Swing and a miss. We might could make that happen tonight. Give him the microphone, go in between innings. Eli, you want to get a little broadcasting in? I can't see you. There you are. Or is he mid? Watch that cup. Watch that cup. Well, we got Kona Ice here. Devin McCarron struck out looking his first at-bat, and he's down in the count 0-2 now. Devin's from Smyrna, Tennessee, went to Stewart's Creek High School. Got a younger brother, Caden, Daryl and Amber McCarron, his parents. I believe Amber was involved in the broadcast yesterday on Facebook. Nana's in Smyrna, Pawpaw and Mimi in Culleoka, Tennessee. Papaw and Granny in Smyrna. A late arrival to Full Count. Drives that one out to right center field. That's going to drop in shallow right field. Jaden Perez comes in, grabs it on one hop, and McCarron with a 1-out single. Jake Merrick, who got the 2-run second started with a base hit up the middle, stands in. Merrick hitting .349 coming into today's contest. He's got 30 hits. Looks at a pitch that winks at the outside corner for a called strike. 30 hits, second on the club to John Paul hits 43. He is 6th, I believe, in the conference or in the league in hits. He's got 4 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs. Triple A Autoglass foul ball over toward field number 2. young lady going through the puddles. But she's going to be late to the ball game over there as our orange shirted ball retriever is out after that one. Merrick second on the club in walks with 26. Takes a ball down. Nice stop there by Chris Henson. He has 31 RBIs on the season. That is, I believe, third in the league. Hayden Jones for Henderson Flash hit 2 home runs to take over the home run lead in the OVL. He's got 7 now. Merrick saw a pitch letter high there. It takes a hack, fouls it straight back. Hayden Jones now has the doubles lead as well. He's got 9 of those. Second to John Paul Head in RBIs with 35. Merrick seeing a 1-2 pitch outside, ball 2. On deck, Trace Simmons. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's an out. Breaking pitch nearly caught Merrick in the back knee. He has been plunked a few times. He leads the club in that category with 10. That's double the next teammate, Parker Staborski and John Paul Head, with 5 apiece. That ball's well struck out to left center field. Jake Merrick and one hop the wall. Rounding third, and the throw is not made, and scoring run number 3. Devin McCarron on the RBI dudette double. Jake Merrick 2 for 2. As the Reese family is taken off, I guess we didn't want to have time with Eli. Apparently the third inning was too long for the Reeses. Back-to-back hits brought to you by Old Hickory Bats. And Full Count leads 3-0. Trace Simmons, who walked in the second, stands in. That's Merrick's 5th double of the year and his 32nd RBI. Simmons from Beach High School. He's from right here in Sumner County, Hendersonville, Tennessee. This would have been his rival high school's home field, the Hendersonville High School Commandos. My favorite son, who just left the press box, that's where he played, was at Beach High School. He had a very memorable game here against, as a matter of fact, the guy who wore the uniform that is out there on the wall, Zach Curtis, now the head coach at Loretto High School, former Vol State Pioneer, former Blue Raider at MTSU, and former Major League Baseball pitcher. Coughed up a solo home run to Wilson Reese back in 2010 as Simmons swings at a 2-0 pitch. Wilson Reese hit it with a broken aluminum bat out to left center field. Final score of that game, 1-0. Big rivalry game between the Beach Buccaneers and Hendersonville High School. He comes over to the house. We look at that video regularly. 2-1 pitch. I guess that's where I probably started my broadcasting career, was on that video camera, calling that home run. Sitting right behind home plate. Wasn't the only hit he had against Zach Curtis that day. He went 2 for 3, had a double. Nearly drove another one out. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Full Count Ministries, full count. Glory days, as Bruce Springsteen sings about. Had a very, very successful high school baseball career, but wanted to go to the University of Tennessee, and he had the most fun of anybody I've ever seen have in college while still maintaining a really, really high grade point average. as Simmons draws his second walk of the game. Third walk by Grant Baskin.
Second baseman number 3.
Giving up 3 hits to the Rhythm, 3 runs to this point, 1 out. And now Jake Turr at the plate. Popped up and out of play. AAA. Nope, didn't get out of play. You know what I'm just realizing is as darkness falls, I turned that light on in here and we've gotten used to it. So it's not that one. That's not the switch. We'll have to do it at the break. It's on that other wall. It was dark when I came in here. 0-1, low and outside. Jake's 5'9", 175 pounds. Son of Scott and Danielle Turr, brother to Brody. He's a champion. Lines that one out to center field. Back goes Sullivan, makes a catch, tagging. Moving up to third base is Jake Merrick, and runners now at the corners. A productive out by Turr, but that's out number 2. Hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark. Now runners at first and third with 2 out, 1 already in. On the RBI double by Jake Merrick. Now Landon Ward will get his first at-bat of the ball game. He came in as a pinch runner when Logan Harrell injured what appeared to be a lower body injury at third base. Ward looks at ball 1 outside. 5'7", 170-pound redshirt freshman at Lee University. He's from Gallatin, Tennessee. Went to Gallatin High School. Again, a rival of Hendersonville High School. The son of Brandon and April Ward, brother to Lily and Layla. Takes a breaking pitch that lands inside. Great grandparents' names, Doodah and T-Nana. And Paw and Nana, everybody lives in Gallatin. Gracious and growing Gallatin. 2-0. Turns into a 3-0. Ward's reached base 475 average. He's got 8 hits. They're all singles, driven in 7 runs. Had a big game against the Fulton Railroaders up at Fulton. That was a 3-game effort that night. 3-0 pitch. He takes it on the outside corner for a called strike. All 4. Ward walks for the 9th time. Not in this game. That'd be a record. 4th walk of the game by Baskin, and the bases are juiced. Blake Carter's going to come to the plate. Who is going to call yard card for Blake Carter? You know, that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to call yard card because we got to hit a grand slam. Anybody else got yard card? Kevin, you want to go? Kevin, yard card. All right, Susan's lost hers already. And first pitch swinging. Pops that one up to the shortstop, Matt Reinhardt. And easy come, easy go. Blake Carter let me down again. It's okay, Blake. It didn't cost me anything. 1 run, 2 hits. No errors, and 3 runners left on board after 1/3 of this game is completed. Full count has a 3-0 lead. Jonas Smithson with a long layover. We'll come back out for the 4th. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Smithson finishes his warm-up tosses before he's going to face 3, 4, and 5 in the Rotors lineup. The killing fields here at the press box. We're going to need a new fly swatter. You are killing it. Mark McDaniel, we're going to need a new fly swatter up here. Former PA announcer. First pitch swinging. Shane Carnes pops out to Jake Turr. One pitch, one out. Those are some of the very first words you learn in broadcasting school for baseball. One pitch, one out. And now Jaden Perez, the son of Jessica, who's listening in on YouTube, I believe. Lines that one off the screen, and it bounces into the Rhythm dugout. Play made by Ryan Sweeney. Yesterday's Game 1 winner. 5-0 on the season. Might have been able to see that on that foul ball. Wing and a miss. Perez, another Safeware strikeout victim. Second time that Jaden has gone down swinging. 6 for Smithson in 3 2/3. Now, again, Trojan teammate versus soon to be former Trojan teammate, I guess. Jonas Smithson and Ellis Hurt. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the left-handed batter's box. Hurt grounded out to short. Hey, he lines this one into left field. He gets the better of Jonas Smithson with 2 outs here. Lines a single into left field. That's the first hit of the ball game for the Rotors. Somebody somewhere must have said, hey, he's got a no-hitter going. Tim, you didn't say that, did you? You wouldn't commit that. You're a pitcher. That's a broadcaster that would do that. A.J. Armstrong stands in, and he takes a pitch that goes over the head of A.J. and off the glove of Landon Ward. Wild pitch allows Hurt to go down to second base. Armstrong grounded out to his counterpart to end the second. A.J. Armstrong was a third baseman. And he grounds one. This is by Merrick down the left field. They're going to send the runner, and Sargent cannot, or Bozeman cannot cleanly handle the ground ball down there. And I'm sure it is wet down that left field line. It is a natural grass in the outfield. So an RBI single for A.J. Armstrong gets the first run of the ball game for the Rotors. They trail 3-1 now. That was just between the bag and Merrick down that left field line. Caleb Warren steps in. He walked last time he came to the plate. Looks at a called strike. One ball, one strike to the Rotor second baseman. Armstrong will lull you to sleep, and then he'll take off on you on occasion. Swing and a miss on a slider that missed well out of the zone. See if he's been running much for Fulton. He's 4 out of 5. Some young guys hanging outside the women's restroom in front of us. Let's listen in on their conversation. 1-2 low and away. Hey, is your mom in there? My mom's in there. Is your mom in there? The ball's 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch missed somewhere. Jonah does not hide his feelings very often. If he does not agree with a call, you'll know it. Full count Ministries, full count to Caleb Warren. A.J. Armstrong, he's a smart base runner. He's off of the pitch, and a ring him up with a Safeway strikeout to end the inning. Warren down on strikes. 7th of the ball game for Jonah Smithson, and just threw his 61st pitch of the ball game. The Rooters pick up 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Heading to the bottom of the 4th. Full Count leads 3-1. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Nine, 1-2. 2 up for Full Count here in the 4th inning. Grant Baskin still out on the mound for the Rotors, but there is action in Fulton's bullpen down the right field line. All we can see is heads. Can't see numbers. Does appear as though the pitcher that's getting ready as a right-hander is Charlie Bozeman. Takes the called strike. Drove in a run in the 2nd with a sac fly. Grounds this one slowly to the left side. A.J. Armstrong fields that, throws over to first to retire Bozeman for out number 1. Rotors fans on tonight. Glad to have you on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Eddie Crittenden needs to just come on down to Hendersonville one night, and we'll just double up. Get Eddie to do a little play-by-play, maybe do a little color while I play-by-play, and vice versa as Nolan Sargent fouls that one into the visitors' dugout. Eddie, a very personable guy. Love going up to Fulton, see Eddie and Tyler, the PA man, Tyler Neely. Found out he's a preacher, besides being a public address announcer, and a radio man. Sargent 0 for 2 takes ball 2. He's independently wealthy, so he doesn't have anything else to do. Don't know why he doesn't just. I don't think he's ever been to a rhythm game down here in Hendersonville. Eddie, grab all your family and your friends, and if we get you in the playoffs, just come on down. Rotors love to beat the rhythm. Sargent backs away from that inside fastball, and he'll head down to first base with a near collision, but he draws the 5th walk of the ball game by Grant Baskin.
Right fielder number 9.
And now John Paul Head. Oh, if I had a yard card. But 3 of us have used ours. Tim Dixon, Ken Stegall, they still have their yard card to use. It costs a lot of money, so they're being judicious. Fastball in the outside corner. John Paul's 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out. Tim Dixon going yard card right now. Ken, you're holding. You're going to wait till the latter portion of the contest. That's going to leave the yard, but it's going to be foul. AAA autoglass foul ball. Tim, those don't count. That don't count. It just don't. AAA autoglass, you can call them in Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Texas, whatever you do. Don't call them in Kansas, though. They don't like that. Hey, there was a throw over to first base while I was flipping through the Dudek Communications printed program. Find out more information about AAA autoglass. Another throw over. Hey, fool me once. I got that one. I'm a handling the cameras. Eddie listening in. And John Paul gets on base. You still get your yard card, Tim. You don't use it up on a hit by pitch. It is the first plunking of the ball game by Rotor pitching. Jonas Smithson. Who'd he plunk? He plunked Xander Smith, but he didn't do it on purpose. Devin McCarron, another good choice for a yard card. He had 13 of them for the Chattanooga State Tigers this past spring. Huge hop off at second base, but Nolan Sargent did not continue. Baskin came to the plate, but Sargent, he was anticipating at least another look back by the lefty. Aaron dropped in a single in front of right fielder Jaden Perez. He's playing normal depth. And another hop off. And this is a AAA autoglass foul ball off to the right side. Beautiful night here in Hendersonville. Had some rain earlier in the day. Let's see what our temperature has gotten to now. 75 beautiful degrees. It's almost like San Diego or another SD. South Dakota. 1-1 pitch. High and away. All right, let's guess the temperature in Vermilion, South Dakota. What do you got, Tim? You look it up. You're gonna be the moderator here. What do you got, Kevin? 72, 69 for Ken. Suze, what do you got? 67. You didn't look it up yet. Oh well, I didn't get my guess, Tim. Come on, you got to go back to game show host training. 3-1 count. What is the temperature now? 74. Who was close? Kevin, did you get it? Kevin's a winner. Here, you get a big ball of nothing. 3-1 pitch to McCarron. Sargent. He can just walk to third on the 6th walk. Let's see if that is the end of the line as J.D. Willis, the head coach, and also the pitching coach. He's a former pitcher in the Ohio Valley League, and he has crossed the line. And you know what happens when you cross the line. Home plate umpire is going to make note of it. That's going to end the line for Grant Baskin. We'll have a pitching change for the Rotors. We'll tell you about him when we return on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
We have secrets being discussed out on pitcher's mound right now between Chris Henson and an unidentified subject. Nick Arnett is the unidentified subject. No longer unidentified. Tim Dixon practicing his catching here next door. If he's standing up, he's practicing his pitching motion. Kid's always practicing. All right, Nick Arnett. Where in the world could Nick Arnett be from? He's from Placerville, California. Grad student at Suffolk University. 6'4", 210-pound utility player. Let's see. Nick Arnett has one game played that was not, it does not have a plate appearance. There's a really good chance that didn't happen. That Nick did not play. Sometimes there's a confusion on Game Changer that allows pitchers to show up as position players. That may have happened in that instance, unless he was a pinch runner, and that's a possibility. He's pitched 16 innings in 7 previous appearances. This is his 7th in relief. Does not have a record, which is good. He's probably pretty young, but he also does not have a win or a loss. He's given up 22 hits in 16 innings, 11 runs that were earned, walked 10, struck out 15, has plunked the batter. 6.2-ish ERA. See how many times Nick Arnett has pitched against Full Count. That's happened a couple of times, I believe. Game 1 and on July 1st. So in his first game pitched and his last game pitched. And he's going to get another opportunity. I think it's Placerville. Somebody else is saying Placerville. Okay, Scott Reinhardt saying Placer. I thought I asked the last time when he came in, and I thought they told me it was Placerville. I didn't hear your yard card. Ken calling Grand Slam yard card from Jake Merrick. Ken had a check swing ground ball to the first baseman the last time I think he called yard card. So that's not fun. Placer. I'll go with it. Scott Reinhardt sounds like he knows better than I do. Nick Arnett with some off speed, like maybe a straight change. So a couple of walks and a hit. Batter loaded the bases for full count in the bottom of the fourth. Trying to get some insurance runs. Brought to you by Country Financial Zach Williams Insurance Agency. You can Google him. He's here in Hendersonville. He's not hard to find. All right, Ken, you think he's going to swing on a 3-0 pitch? Nope, you're going to think he's going to take, I think he's hacking. Well, it didn't hit a chance as Arnett didn't look like he threw anything that with any pace on it in that at-bat. And a screaming walk for Merrick drives in a run. Nolan Sargent comes in and scores run number 4 for full count. Now Trace Simmons, he's had his fair share of walking tonight. He's walked twice. There's a pitch in there for a called strike. Cynthia Pratt, she says what everybody else was thinking. Eddie is awesome. Tap her down to third baseline. Armstrong is going to throw to the plate and gets the lead runner. No run. My wife quick on the trigger there. And you know what that's not also, Ken? That's not a single. Somebody needs to let the Paducah chief scorekeeper know that a play like that does not result in a single by Trace Simmons. So now 2 outs. So Jake Turr is your yard card. Just a bit outside. You just going to keep guessing and keep keeping. You know, I think the first time I saw that Placerville, I was thinking it was Placerville. Maybe that's what I'm misremembering. Scott, we play Fulton one more time. I'll still go ahead and update my sheet. Maybe I'll remember it. 2-0 pitch. Grounded to AJ again. He's going to step on third for the final out. The Rhythm can't push across another run as Turr grounds out and loses Ken his yard card. We're 0 for 4. Do you still have one, Tim? Tim still has his as Nick Arnett comes in and does walk the first batter he faced. Jake Merrick picks up another RBI. Rhythm score 1 run on no hits. No errors, 3 runners left on base. We are through 4, scheduled for 9. 4-1's the score. We'll be right back.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft-serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property, it's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Christie figured it out. Good job, Christie. Yard card is a home run, and we're just predicting that that batter is going to hit a home run in that particular at bat. Just a fun little game. Just called a line drive right off the bat. And Matt Reinhardt, I assume the son of Scott, lines the first pitch he sees from Jonah Smithson into center field for the third hit of the ball game for the Rotors. From San Jose, California. I do know the way to San Jose. I've been there before with my family. We flew into San Jose back in 1995. I believe it was May of 1995. Swing and a miss by Xander Smith. I was on the hunt for a child pornographer, as a matter of fact, in 1995. And what do we got down there? Michael Holman pointing to something, the first base umpire pointing to something. Why that ball's in the dirt and it gets Landon Ward doesn't know where it's going. And a wild pitch moves Reinhardt down to second base. Swing, it was a strike. He swung at it. And an attempted kidnapper. So he was a double bad guy. Attempted kidnapper, came from California to Texas where I was assigned. Tried to kidnap a 15-year-old. He thought she was going to go willingly. Swing and a miss and a safe where strikeout as I weave this great story into the fifth inning here. It's a great story, trust me. I know, I lived it. It's exciting. That's the 8th strikeout of the ball game for Jonah Smithson. Why would I take my family on that trip? That's the question. Well, because I was going to extend and stay out and visit my aunt who lived in San Mateo, California. We actually stayed with her while I was on official FBI business. Got to stay out there on the government dime for over a week. Pretty nice. Yeah. Thank you, all you federal taxpayers. It was a great vacation. I got to golf at Fort Ord. My buddy out there said we're going to go to Pebble Beach, and then he couldn't come through. But we made the arrest, and we got the young man detained. Hick him. Swing and a miss. Ball fouled and gets out of the glove of Ward. As Owen Sullivan, who struck out twice. Jonas Smithson wants to make him a hat trick victim. Up in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Came very close to going to trial with a guy that we had mountains of evidence on. And 7 hours, swing and a miss. Nope, foul ball. 7 hours before the 9 a.m. trial was set to begin. I'm sitting there typing a affidavit at the U.S. Attorney's Office for this guy that says he's going to plead guilty. Federal violation, and I think he did about 2.5 years. All brought up as a runner from Second goes to third. Throw down is not in time. Matt Reinhardt wanted that bag so bad, and he got it. Picks up the stolen base. And I believe the pitch was down low for ball 2. Let's see what kind of stolen base statistics Reinhardt has. That's his 10th bag of the year. He has not been caught. Speaking of charges, he's got 10 thefts and nobody's caught him yet. 1 out, a runner at third, and a full count. Ministries full count. Chris Henson in the on deck area. Smithson delivers. There's a Safeware strikeout. And the hat trick for Owen Sullivan, the 9th strikeout of the ball game for Jonas Smithson. He dotted that outside corner with that slider. He's had that pitch working tonight. And now Chris Henson, 0 for 2, stands in. Singles by Ellis Hurt, A.J. Armstrong, and Matt Reinhardt. RBI by Armstrong. There's a ground ball. Fair, I believe. Jake Merritt gloves and throws a one-hopper, and that is on the inside of first base. A run's going to score. I'm not sure what happened with the throw from Jake Merritt. I don't think that he thought it was a fair ball. E5 allows Henson to reach. Reinhardt scores an unearned run. It looks like it came out of his hand wrong or something. That is, Merrick's on a bad run fielding and throwing the last couple of days. About 3 errors in yesterday's game, and Smithson plunks Shane Carnes right in the middle of the back. Between the 5 and the 5. He's only got one of them back there, and it was dead central. Second hit batter by Smithson as he tried to step on a fastball. Now runners at first and second. Oh, we're playing green light, red light out here in front of the press box. Everybody loves that. Jimmy Gamboa out of the rhythm dugout to have the chit chat with Jonas Smithson, settling down a little bit. He's got 75 pitches. Not sure how many Jonah threw in that last or his only other outing. It's probably in the 60 range. If only there was a way we could find out. Game Changer won't let me look at Jonas Smithson, even though he's back on the roster. They've got him blacked out in the stats line here. And when you're blacked out, you can't punch on the button. Ball in the dirt, gets by Ward. Both runners will move up on the wild pitch. Jaden Perez struck out first 2 times he's come to the plate. In a spot to tie the ball game up with a base hit. Takes a breaking pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Perez had a base hit to win the ball game the other day for the Railroaders. Comes in hitting 257. Another ball in and out of the glove of Ward, but it stays pretty close. Perez playing in his 23rd game of the year. 18 hits, a double, 8 RBIs. He's heading back to Gallatin right down the road after the season ends. His dad told me actually he's going to be coming back up from Miami the latter part of this month. They're going to move into a different apartment over in Gallatin. 3-1 pitch from Smithson. He delivers that slider, taken for a called strike. And another full count, Ministries full count. I believe it's Chick-fil-A Rivergate night, delivering the team meals here on 7/7, God's favorite day of the year. Lifted out to left center field over, and losing his lid is it Nolan Sargent in, or if we had a change, it almost looks like D'Alessio who loses his lid, but it is Nolan. That's red hair, not blonde. And that means it's Nolan Sargent who comes on to make the catch to retire Perez and the Rotors. But 1 run, it was unearned. 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners were left on base. 4-2 is the score, as I'll go ahead and keep it right here. Between the top and bottom of the 5th, we normally give you a little full count rhythm history lesson. And I'm sure the Rotors fans would appreciate this. Thank you, Julie Sweeney. I was trying to look that up and couldn't get there. 65 pitches for Jonah in his last, and now 81. I would assume his night is over. But our 5th inning full count rhythm spotlight tonight is low ERA. Looking back at the 2023 season, and saw that Lori Wilkins was listening in earlier. I'm not sure if her and Mark are still listening in. Spencer Wilkins' parents down in Monticello, Georgia. But Elliot Bray had a 1.44 ERA. Let's see, that was in the regular season. And in 30 1/3 innings, Spencer won the OVL lowest ERA award. I think it was because he had the requisite innings, but Elliot Bray actually in 30 1/3 innings had the lowest ERA, but Spencer Wilkins had the most strikeouts that year in 47. Logan Harrell had the most wins. He went 8-0, 6 of those in the regular season, and then 2-0 in the playoffs. Aaron Hash had the most saves, 4. 2 of those were in the playoffs. That was in the 2023 second championship year against the Henderson Flash. Now stepping to the plate for full count is Landon Ward for his second appearance in the batter's box with a Old Hickory bat. Still got the kids conversing in front of the press box, so we'll turn the crowd mic down. Breaking pitch sails across the plate, but it's a little high. Landon Ward, 5'7" in that batter's box. Swings at the 2-0 pitch and fouls it off to the right side. AAA Autoglass. Foul ball.
AAA Autoglass.
Rhythm scored 2 runs in the second and 1 each in the third and fourth. Line drive caught by the shortstop, Matt Reinhardt, for out number 1. Picked that clean right off the turf. Ward walked in his first plate appearance. Now 0 for 1. Blake Carter's 0 for 2 from Lipscomb University. My wife, he can't help it. We're both Belmont grads, and whenever she hears Lipscomb, she has to say, his timeout is called. Pitcher apparently did not give Carter enough time to. I didn't think so. I thought he gave him a warning. He was waving as though no pitch. Arnett delivers. That winks at the outside corner for a called strike. Shallow center field. That drops in there for a base hit for Blake Carter. He's now 1 for 3. Got behind the pole. I couldn't see if Sullivan caught it or not. I just had to use some context clues. And that told me that it's a single.
So just one out. How many out?
Got one out. Ground ball to the third baseman, bobbles and throws a second for 1, and there's no return throw to first. Tim Dixon just pulled his out card out. Said, no, there's going to be 2 outs. Bozeman's going to ground into a fielder's choice here to retire Blake Carter. He didn't even get a chance to get settled in over there at first base. Top of the order, Nolan Sargent looking for his first base hit of the ball game. He's 0 for 2, walked and scored in the 4th. First pitch he sees sails way wide. Nick Arnett comes set and delivers a pitch high and away. Blake Carter with a bloop single with 1 out was erased on the ground out force out by Charlie Bozeman. Likes to swing at that first pitch if it's in there. Bozeman now 0 for 2. 3-0 pitch. I can't believe Bozeman has not taken off. Maybe he wants to leave that hole for Nolan Sargent, the left-handed hitter. But Charlie leads the club in stolen bases. He's 11 for 11, has not been caught stealing yet. A nothing lead at first base. 3-0 swinging as Sargent fouls that one over to the rotors on deck area. Head coach J.D. Willis out to pick up that baseball. Grant Baskin went 3 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs. 3 of those were earned, 6 walks, a couple of strikeouts, and a hit batter. Faced 21. Throw over to first. Trust me, he was safe. I'm looking up stats. Don't throw the ball over to first base when I'm looking up stats, okay? I got 2 eyes, but they both have to focus at the same time. 3-1 on the outside corner. Huh. Despite what some people might think, I may be a clown, but I'm not a freak show, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Eddie Crittenden can do that. I can't. Full count ministries, full count. I bet you Charlie's off with this pitch. High fly ball to shallow right field. Jaden Perez coming on and still coming. Makes the catch because he can catch a fly ball. We're out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We are through 5, which means we have gotten through the full count history lesson, the spotlight. Today we're heading to the top of the 6th. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association called to the bullpen for the full count rhythm 6'3", 195-pound left-hander Hayden Choate from Lee University is on in relief of Jonas Smithson. Smithson goes 5 innings, gives up 3 hits, 2 runs. 1 of those was earned. Walked 1, struck out 9 times. He did plunk 2 batters, uncorked 3 wild pitches. He faced 22 rotors, is in line for the victory as Hayden Choate comes in. He's from Chattanooga, Tennessee, went to McCallie High School. Healthcare administration major there at Lee University in Cleveland, Tennessee. Son of Aaron and Beth Choate, big brother to Bailey, and he's also the summer big brother to Eli and Lucy Reese, 2 of our grandchildren, because he's staying in the host home of Wilson and Anna Reese. He's got a Gigi and a Mia in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Hayden will face 5, 6, and 7 in the Rotors lineup. Showed on for his 8th appearance of the year. It's his 6th in relief. 14 innings, given up 13 hits, 11 runs, 9 are earned. Walked 15, struck out 13. Plunked 4 batters. He did not plunk Ellis Hurt with that first pitch. An unfortunate name sometimes for a baseball player. Hurt. Choate with a 5.79 ERA. Hurt fouls that one off the top of the screen. He's 1 for 2. Scored 1 of the 2 runs for the Rotors. Full count 5-1 against the Fulton squad as that ball gets uncorked to the backstop. I think he was just throwing that to see how hard he could throw the ball. Somebody probably had the radar gun going, and that was just a, hey, I'm going to throw this to the screen. No chance he's going to swing at it. Just want to see how hard I can throw it. Looked like Ellis Hurt thought the 2 balls was all it took to take a walk. He started taking his steps toward first base. I had to look up there at the scoreboard, make sure Tim Dixon wasn't messing with him. Now 2-2 pitch. Backs out of the way of that pitch that comes inside. Now it's a full count. Ministries full count. We have a pest flying around up here in the press box. Get him, Suze. Get him. They don't have any flies up there at the outdoor press box at Low House Field. Chopper up the middle, and that's going to sneak on through Ellis Hurt now with a couple hits. First batter that Choate faces reaches on the single.
Third baseman number 13, A.J. Armstrong.
It's the 4th hit of the ball game for Fulton. Now A.J. Armstrong stands in. He's got 1 of them. He also has an RBI. The only RBI of the game for Fulton. Even though they have 2 runs, 1 was scored on an error. AJ has reached base 30 times via the walk. His walk to plate appearance ratio got to lead the league. He led the Tennessee Community College Athletic Association, also known as the TCCAA here in Tennessee, the 11 JUCO teams. Landon Ward wants to go out and have a chat with Hayden Choate. He's had a little trouble hauling in the last couple of pitches that Hayden's thrown. Gets a little rosin bag action on his left arm. Now he's ready to go. 2-0 count to A.J. Armstrong, sometimes referred to as Anakin Jack. Armstrong. The Cannon County Lion, it now has a 3-ball, no strike count. One of the nicest young men you'll ever meet. One of 4 freshmen in the full count D group. And he takes his league leading 31st walk, and the first 2 have reached off of Hayden Choate here in the 6th.
Second baseman, number 20.
Definitely not what you're looking for in a relief pitcher. Susan killed her pen that she's writing notes down with, so good thing I have extras. Now Caleb Warren 0 for 1. With a walk and a strikeout. So looking for that ground ball triple play. Looking for a sponsor all year long for a triple play. Haven't had one of those this year. I'm not sure if we've had one ever. Riffraff in front of the press box, as Zach Williams used to call him. That ball squeaks through the 5-hole. He went down like he was blocking it, so I call wild pitch on that. He went down in the butterfly position, but it just squeaked under the glove. Can't see the bullpen for the rhythm down the left field line, but I got to assume that Jimmy Gambo, the pitching coach, getting somebody loose down there. Another one in the dirt. Choke spikes another fastball and just does not look comfortable. As again, full count, bringing the infield in up by 2. Just have not ever seen that, I don't think. I'm not sure. There's nobody out. There are 2 runners in scoring position, but you don't want the big inning. And with just an easy ground ball, Caleb Warren can pick up an easy single, getting one through the infield. It's going to score the 2 and leave a runner on, and you're still not going to get an out. But on the broadcast, Full Count Ministries, full count. Choate trying to come back. Ball 4, loads the bases. Second walk of the inning. Let's see if Gamboa comes out of the dugout to have a chat. He does not. As you see, Josh Carmen and Jimmy Gamboa down in that third base dugout. Matt Reinhart 1 for 2 stands in. He's the 8-hole hitter. Singled and scored in the 5th. Good stop there by Ward. He did not start the game. Logan Harrell started the game behind the plate. Injured in the 2nd inning, I believe. Landon Ward's been behind the plate since then. Gets by. Here comes a runner. The throw is offline, backed up by Blake Carter. Wild pitch scores Ellis Hurt. A.J. Armstrong moves over to 3rd. Caleb Warren moves over to 2nd. Second wild pitch of the inning. Now no force out. Choate not happy with himself. 3 balls, no strikes. Slammed his hat down. Time to regroup right here, Hayden. It's not a walk until you deliver 4 balls. Throw him a pitch over the plate and see if he can hit it. Infield still in. There's a pitch in there for a called strike. 21 pitches delivered to 4 batters here in the 6th. Ball 4. That might end the evening for Hayden Choate. Oh, looks like he's going to get maybe at least one more runner or batter as Jimmy Gamboa is coming out. Normally, that means the pitcher stays in the ball game, but Xander Smith, the number 9 hole hitter, is going to come to the plate with the bases loaded and nobody out. Rhythm now only a run ahead, 4-3. Full count. Won a 4-3 game here 3 games ago. Ryan Sweeney came in the 9th inning. Struggled with control that night, but I think he walked the bases loaded and then did give up 1 run, but was able to get 3 outs before the Railroaders tied the game up that night. He picked up a save. Full count went up to Fulton in the next week and won 19-8. And then another game at Fulton was the only extra inning game of the year for the Rhythm, and they won 9-8 in that game. First pitch is down low to Xander Smith. Strikeout victim in the 5th, also got plunked right in the left thigh in the 3rd. 1-0 misses outside. Now 2 balls and no strikes. Again, the Rhythm infield playing in. They get a ground ball to an infielder. They're going to come to the plate. Swing and a foul tip. Xander not waiting around. He looking for a pitch to hit, takes a hack. Lori Wilkins says Spencer Wilkins heard the shout out. One of the all-time best pitchers to ever pitch for Full Count. I guess he's going back to Trevecca. Another pitch down, and now 3 balls and a strike. Dolores Harrell with a hack right there for flies. We need to get some Pine Sol spray. 3-1 pitch to Smith is outside. We're tied up. 4th walk of the inning. A.J. Armstrong started the 4 straight string of walks. Comes into scores. He had a nice little stroll around the diamond. Apparently, Hayden Choate going to stay in for another batter. Apparently, pitching is thin here tonight. He had a doubleheader yesterday and a called strike on a ball that gets away from Landon Ward. Wonder if Mason Davidson feeling sorry for Hayden Choate here. Owen Sullivan struck out all 3 times he's come to the plate. He's looking to put bat on the ball. Joe would be happy for him to do that. As long as it's right to an infielder. Western Illinois University. Either where he played last year or where he's headed. A junior. Owen, one of a couple Owens on the Rotors. In and out of the glove of Landon Ward. Closed that glove a little bit early, and it bounces right out and goes to the backstop, and the Rotors lead on the pass ball. Not a pretty inning for Full Count. 1 hit in the inning. That was Ellis Hurt's leadoff single. Right now, that's an unearned run. Depends on what will happen Following 3-1 pitch right down the can for a called strike taken by Sullivan. Sounds like one of the food trucks is probably on the move. Ball 4. Bases loaded again. Josh Carmen out of the dugout. We'll take a break. We'll have a Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. We'll be right back. Hendersonville Firefighters Association called the bullpen for full count. Peyton Vaught on in relief. He's 6'2", 205 pounds. He's a sophomore in the portal. Have not heard if he's made a commitment yet. He pitched last year at the Virginia Military Institute. He's from Amelia, Virginia, son of Robert and Carrie Vaught, brother to Anna and Jack, grandson of Papa and Nanny in Lynchburg, Virginia, staying in the host home of Eric and Tina Stewart, who were here at the last home game. I know. Peyton on for his 10th appearance of the year, 11 2/3 innings. 8 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, walked 13, struck out 14. Has plunked 3 batters, has 2 saves, which leads the club 4.63 ERA. This, of course, is not a save opportunity. The Rhythm trail 5-4. First pitch delivered to Chris Henson is down low. Bases are loaded, still nobody out. 3 runs in. Those 3 runs charged to Hayden Choate. And there's another ball that gets by. And another run scores. Wild pitch allows Matt Reinhardt to score. And runners at second and third, no force. Fulton leads 6-4. Ball 3 to Chris Henson. He's 0 for 3. All of Peyton Vaught's appearances have been in relief. This is his 10th. Ties him with Eli Potter and Ryan Sweeney with the most appearances of the year. 3-0 swing and a miss Thank you, Chris Henson. There's a pitch right down Broadway for a called strike and another Full Count Ministries full count. This game has come to a screeching halt here in the top of the 6th inning. Ball 4. Said that 6 times this inning. And the bases are loaded again. Shane Carnes, the DH, comes to the plate. Still nobody out. Pretty close pitch right there. Called a ball. That ball smothered by Landon Ward behind the plate. Now 2 balls, no strikes. Train going by on past the city park here. Popped up and out of play at AAA Autoglass. Foul ball, thanks to Dylan Doris and his family for their support of Full Count Rhythm Baseball and Full Count Ministries. Dylan is a coach in the Full Count Fall League, a Woodbat High School League. 2-1 pitch, grounded to Merrick, and he is on the seat of his pants, and he grounds one over to Blake Fulton, or Blake Carter, as he falls down. A run comes in, but there's an out. RBI to Carnes. Everybody moves up 90 feet as Xander Smith comes in and scores the 5th run of the inning. Swing and a miss by Jaden Perez on the first pitch he sees from Peyton Vaught. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. 1 out. Sails over the glove of Landon Ward to the backstop, and another run comes in. Ball and a strike. Another one gets to the backstop, and the bases are cleared. Seven runs in the inning for Fulton Railroaders, 1 hit. Swing and a miss by Perez. Jaden, the 9th batter to come to the plate. Ball 4. Might be the ugliest inning clearly this year for Full Count. I can't remember one that's been this bad in the history of Full Count, honestly. This many walks and wild pitches and pass balls. Just telling you. Not good. Swing and a miss by Ellis. Hurt. Led off the inning with a single up the middle. As Fulton has batted around.
Right.
Sliced foul. It's a AAA autoglass foul ball. Seven walks in the inning. One hit. 5 wild pitches. At least one pass ball. Breaking pitch would have come right back this way, except for the tall netting behind home plate. Carson Howard, assistant coach, bringing out some baseballs. Forgot his lid. There's a young guy right there in the orange shirt's been going out and getting foul balls. He's making some cash tonight. He's got 2 of them in his fist right now. Heading to the merch pavilion. Line drive out to right field and caught by John Paul Head for out number 2. That brings up A.J. Armstrong, the third baseman for the Railroaders. Where's number 13 for Fulton? Wore number 9 for Vol State this past year. 1 for 2. Been on base twice. Driven in a run. Scored a run. Cracks one foul down the third base line. I think all runs are now earned. Pass balls, the effect is gone as AJ takes a breaking pitch for a called strike. Close the book on Hayden Choate. Gives up 1 hit, 6 runs that were earned, walked 5. Oh, 2. Check swing and a Safeware strikeout ends the inning. Guess that's a backward K in the book. First strikeout for Peyton Vaught. And the 6th inning finally comes to an end. 10 batters come to the plate. 7 cross it meaningfully on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. Rhythm down by 5.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Rhythm get their turn with the old Hickory steel press bats. John Paul Head to lead off the 6th for full count. Gave a touchdown and an extra point in the 6th. 7 runs on 1 hit in that inning.
John Paul Head.
I didn't. What's Eddie got to say? Says it looked like the Railroaders the other night. Gave up 6. John Paul. He hits one high and deep to left field. And that will leave the yard. Good news for Full Count Rhythm. Tim did not he had a yard car to play, and he did not call it. That was shades of Harrison Travis in the 2022 year, as John Paul gets his 6th home run of the year. Can't hit a 5-run home run, but he just hit a solo shot for his first hit of the ball game, and now Devin McCarron will step to the plate. Could the Rhythm have 5 straight home runs back to back to back to back to back? I'm going to use that card. Can I play that card? You give me an autograph. If only if it's a Nolan Ryan autograph ball. That's what I'm looking for, because nothing says 5 straight home runs like a Nolan Ryan autograph baseball. John Paul hits his 6th. Now he's 1 behind Hayden Jones of the Henderson Flash, pending whatever Hayden's doing tonight. 1-1. Ground ball to the right side. Warren up with it over to Xander Smith, and there goes my 5 straight home run card. I was so close. Out number 1, now Jake Merrick steps in. Henderson Flash are at Hoptown tonight. See what's happening around the Ohio Valley League. All the other teams, all 4 of them. Slider outside from Nick Arnett for a called strike. Need to go back and find out how many home runs Rhythm have hit here at Drakes Creek Park. It's not many. I bet it's 5 or less. Merrick looks at a pitch that looked sideways at the outside corner on its way by. Flash and the Hoppers tied 4-4. Paducah Chiefs lead the Madisonville Miners 3-2. That's not going to leave the yard. It's flat out to left field. Ellis Hurt comes in and makes the catch for out number 2. See where the Flash and the Hoppers are in that ball game. Hoptown batting in the bottom of the 6th. Hey, Darby just apparently walked Gabe Eddington as that pitch is in there for a called strike. That means something to Vol State Pioneer fans. Cade Darby going to try to get back to Vol State, and Gabe Eddington is heading there, transferring from Austin Peay State University. Simmons cracks one out to center field. That's a 2-out knock. It's his first base hit. He's been on base all 4 times. He's 1 for 2. Second hit of the inning. That'll bring up Jake Turr. Turrer, just in case you are scoring at home. Must have had a delay in the ball game. They're showing delayed now at Madisonville, so apparently some rain in Madisonville as Paducah bats in the top of the 3rd there. First pitch from Arnett sails high over Turr's head. But it's working 9-5 here. 7-run top of the 6th for the Fulton Railroaders. 14-15 record coming in, trying to knock off the Rhythm for the 2nd time in 7 tries. Misses the breaking pitch. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Fouled back. Catherine Wallum rooting for the Railroaders. Watching on Facebook. Christy Chapman. Tell you, the Raiders, probably of all the other teams, have more people watching on the broadcast. So congratulations to you folks. Appreciate your support of your Raiders in the Ohio Valley League. I don't think I get, well, I know I don't get this many posts on Facebook from any other team. Jay Myers asking if we're blurry on the broadcast, on the cameras. I've not noticed it. Jay, doesn't mean it's not happening. That's a line drive, base hit out in the left field by Turr. And the Rhythm trying to get something going here with 2 outs. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. Peyton Vaught's going to come in, take a hack. He's the pitcher. Well, he's batting in the catcher's position. So, yes, Trey Simmons will come in behind the plate is what's going to happen. Peyton Vaught with his first at-bat. Slow ground ball is a shots fired here at Drakes Creek Park. Throw by A.J. Armstrong, mid-firework out in left field. I ducked. A.J. Armstrong might want to check his pants. Holy cow. Wasn't expecting that, but a great job of concentration by A.J. Armstrong. As somebody lighting firecracker out there in left center field. Peyton Vaught out at first base. Rhythm score 1 run on the solo home run by John Paul Head. First pitch he saw in the 6th. 3 hits in the inning, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We're through 6, 9-5. Fulton leads.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Grand Nora checking in down in Starkville, Mississippi. Hope I'm not too late to get to. There have been folks firing these posts in here. I haven't been able to keep up. Let's see how far down. There she is. Grand Nora rooting for the Rhythm in Starkville, Mississippi. Nora Sills, the grandmother of Tyler Sills, former pitcher and coach for Full Count. Grand Nora, my Caledonia family was just up this past week, the Snapkas, and we were talking about you down there. And next time I get back down, probably to see my grandson play some football. They may be playing over at that stadium again. And if so, get ready. We'll pop in on you. You just never know. Grand Nora, one of the all-time favorites and longtime supporters of Full Count Rhythm Baseball. I believe Tyler played, I'm not sure I think he was on the first year. So I think he played for 3 years, coached for a year, or played for 2 and coached 1. As Alan and Sean are Tyler's parents. Alan is Nora's only son. He's got a big-time job. head neurosurgeon in the NFL, and a big-time Full Count Ministry supporter. Alan Sills, Sean, what a sweet family they are, and nobody sweeter than Grand Nora. We called her Nana from Starkville for a long time, and until I found out that's not what Tyler calls her. Calls her Grand Nora. So I said, well, Grand Nora it is. I love what Alan says about you. It says nobody gets married or buried without Grand Nora playing the organ or the piano at the celebration. Peyton Vaught delivers the first two pitches over the plate to Caleb Warren. Behind the plate now, Trace Simmons for Full Count. So the Rotors bat here in the 7th inning. Swing and a miss and a Safeware strikeout. That's back-to-back Safeware strikeouts for Vaught. Came in, struggled, walked two of the first three batters he faced, uncorked several wild pitches as well. Had 3 in the 6th inning. Strikes out Warren to begin the 7th, and now Matt Reinhardt stands in. He lines one out to center field. That will get in for a base hit. It's his second hit of the ball game. 2 for 3.
First baseman number 34, Xander Smith.
Five hits for Fulton. 9 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. Five runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Full Count. Xander Smith at the plate with 1 out and 1 on. Here in the top of the 7th inning, swing and a miss on a slider. Simmons started the game as a DH. Is now behind the plate. He's going to have to finish the game. There's not another. Well, Ryan Sweeney can catch. He likes to get back there and catch in between innings. Spencer, you say is a catcher as well? Okay. Jackson Cothran left the team. Jonathan Stewart injured in game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday. Logan Harrell injured as another Safeware strikeout. Xander Smith's gone down twice in 4 at-bats. Now back to the top of the lineup, Owen Sullivan, 0 for 3. Eight walks in the game for Full Count pitching. Unofficially on my score sheet. Fastball high and tight. Trey Simmons leaving LMU, heading to Pellissippi State in Knoxville. Now behind the plate. Slider on the outside corner. Called strike. Another pitch on the outside corner, taken for a strike. Sullivan came in hitting .233. 10 hits include 4 doubles, 6 RBIs, scored 16 runs, and he's walked 16 times, make it 17 now. Swing and a miss, and ball gets out of Trace Simmons' glove, and he throws down to first base to complete the Safeware strikeout. 3 in the inning for Peyton Vaught. 2 to 3 if you're scoring at home on the putout. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner was left aboard. Full Count down by a grand slam. Could that happen in the bottom of the 7th? Well, you're going to have to get rhythm to find out. We're heading to the bottom of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Blake Carter, Charlie Bozeman in the top of the lineup for Full Count here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Looks like that's still Nick Arnett out on the mound. Delivers the first pitch low and away. High and tight to Carter. 1 for 3. Dumped a single into shallow right center field in the 5th. Takes a hack, pops one up to the right side, and there's that guy in the orange, young guy. Gets out of the way, and he's the only guy out there hunting AAA autoglass foul balls. Carter playing his 26th game of the year. It's Full Count's 30th. From Knoxville, Tennessee. Went to the Webb School. Clark and Kimberly Carter are his parents. He's 6'3", 215 pounds. And a Lipscomb Bison. Big brother to Caroline, granddaddy and grandmama in Kingsport. Sometimes they're in Knoxville. Looking at a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Now he's looking at a ball 4. Lead-off walk. Grandson of Grandpa and Marie. They're in Johnson City. Nana and P-Paul Mitch in Elizabethton, Tennessee. Yes, Charlie Bozeman strides to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Hit a 2-run homer in the first game against Paducah yesterday. He's hit 2 of them. 1 of them was right here, and both of them he's kind of taking a little stroll out of the batter's box because he knew he got it. Paducah's the biggest yard in the Ohio Valley League, but he hit his down that left field line. I think it's about 335, but it goes out to 400 in dead center. He hit that one out of the yard, but it is foul, AAA autoglass foul ball. Tim Dixon finally going to use that yard card. It is time. John Paul Head has hit the 21st home run of the year for a Full Count. As the Gator goes by. He hits on high and deep to left field. If it's fair, it's gone. Home run! Tim Dixon gets a call. Charlie Bozeman with a 2-run shot makes a prognosticator out of Tim Dixon. Attaboy, Timmy Johan.
Home run, Charlie Bozeman.
On the 1-1 count, Tim Dixon finally pulls the trigger on his yard card. and calls the 2-run shot. It gets the Rhythm within 2.
Center fielder, number 11,
Third home run of the year by Charlie Bozeman out of Samford University. Now Nolan Sargent nearly gets plunked by pitch in there by Arnett. And another one that Charlie knew he got. He just wasn't sure it was going to stay fair. Mason Davidson, the home plate umpire, staring right down that left field line. He called it from a knee. Sargent gets underneath that one, pops it up on the second base side. Catch is made by Matt Reinhart for out number 1. Sargent now 0 for 4. Now John Paul Head, he's hit 2 home runs in a game before. 1 for 3, a solo shot, his 6th of the year. Can he match Hayden Jones with 7? Have to go to the box score for the Henderson game to see. Fouls that one back. Evans for the Flash has hit a home run. They're 4-4 game, and they're delayed in the bottom of the 6th inning. So apparently some rain in the area in Henderson as well. Like I said, that's in Hoptown. Hoptown weather and Henderson weather pretty much exact. I mean, they're like right next door to each other. I mean, they're in Kentucky, right? How far away can they be? There's a shot right back up the middle on a base knock for John Paul Head, the hit leader in the Ohio Valley League, picks up another single. 2 for 4 with a hit by pitch, trying to get that batting average up into the high 400s.
Shortstop, number 15.
Came in at 453, now has 45 hits on the season. Devin McCarron, the tying run, is at the plate. Tim, you get another yard card because you keep getting them, okay? So you are free to use another one. Wave and a miss on a slow breaking pitch by McCarron. He's got 1 hit in 3 official plate appearances, also reached on a walk. Runner from first takes off, pitch is taken for a strike, throw down, gets into center field. John Paul Head is heading to third, hit first dive, no throw, and that will be a stolen base and an E2. John Paul's 11th stolen base of the year. Second error of the ball game for the Railroaders.
What we think the count is?
That was a called strike on the first. So it's 0-2. He waved and missed the first one. So McCarron with 1 out. The infield now drawn in. Up by 2 runs. Chapper and John Paul's not going to be able to score on that. McCarron just trying to foul that one off. Grounds out to the shortstop for out number 2. That's going to be up to Jake Merrick. Driven in 2 runs today. Singled and scored in the second, then drove in a run with a double in the third. Walked with the bases loaded in the fourth. At the time, that gave the Rhythm a 4-2 lead. Sorry, a 4-1 lead. Arnett delivers a fastball high. I do see heads down in the Rotors bullpen, so that means there's activity. They don't go down there to party. They're getting loose. Fly ball out to Jaden Perez in right field. And he handles that for out number 3. The Rhythm score 2 on the 2-run Charlie Bozeman home run. That's his second game that he's played in a row that he has a 2-run home run. 2 runs on 2 hits. There was one error and one runner was left aboard. We are through 7 and 9-7 lead for the Rotors. We'll head to the 8th. You're listening and watching the Full Count Rhythm Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft-serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Peyton Vaught back out on the mound for his second full inning. He'll face 2, 3, and 4 in the Rotors lineup. I'm going to go to the weather app here and see what kind of weather's bothering that entire western state of Kentucky. Yep, there's quite a bit of green coloring up there. First pitch by Vaught to Henson, catches the outside edge. So playing in Hoptown and now 0-2 count. Where else are they playing? In Hoptown and Madisonville. And those are natural surfaces, so they would have had to put the tarp on. Trying to remember, is there a tarp down there at Hoptown at Cushing County High School? Tim, do you remember where they? 0-2 pitch, stays inside. Looks like it's actually through, so maybe they're able to take that tarp off. Ground ball up the middle. Be a tough play for McCarron. Gloves, throws on the run, pulls Carter off the base. I would assume that is, and confirmation from the best scorekeeper in the land, Ken Stegall. That's an infield single for Henson. Tough play by McCarron. First hit of the ball game for Henson. He's now 1 for 4. Now it's Shane Carnes, the DH. Henson back in hands first. Rhythm allowed 7 runs in the 6th inning on only 1 hit. The big difference right now in the ball game. Fulton came in with the Cleveland Brown colors on, and they delivered a touchdown and an extra point in that 6th. Rhythm been kicking extra points and getting safeties. 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Peyton Vaught, the 3rd pitcher for Full count, Jonah Smithson, 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. Struck out 9 rotors. Had an outstanding outing. Nearly plunked with that backup slider was Shane Carnes. Carnes from Lebanon Junction, Kentucky. All right, where's Lebanon Junction? Give me the big city that's near Lebanon Junction. And don't tell me, Tulip. You think it's Lexington, Ken? You don't think, you know. He's a geography expert, too. He's guessing Lexington. 2-2s, grounded foul. J.D. Willis. He's not trying to rival Carson Howard, the best fielding base coach in the league. He did not even attempt to make a swipe at that one. Well, we're looking for Lebanon Junction. 2-2 is high. Full count Ministries, full count to Shane Carnes. It's like you got Tourette's, man, when you're doing that. Maybe you do. Maybe that's what we've discovered. These flies are dive bombing us. In the turf, Simmons blocks it, but Henson's going to head on down to second base on the walk. Third walk of the game by Peyton Vaught. What's he at? 49 pitches.
Right fielder, number 6, James.
First 2 have reached here in the 8th. Again, from our vantage point, 120 feet back from home plate in the press box with the new building that's down the third base side here at Drakes Creek, field number 3, we cannot see the bullpen area at all, so have no idea if somebody's warming up, but I would assume that somebody is. Tim, who's your guess on who's warming up in the bullpen? Who's hot tonight? Garrett Sims might be a possibility. Saw him before the game. He's in the portal. Gonna leave MTSU for his, I guess he's got a final year. My wife's fly hunting again. Jaden Perez looking for his first hit of the ball game. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. Bats here with 2 on, nobody out. Wonder if they'd ask him to lay down a bunt. They do not. He swings at the first pitch, fouls it off. His father, Roger, is here in attendance. Flew up, I think he said last week, maybe Thursday. He's flying out tomorrow, heading back to Miami. Don't feel sorry for Roger. Low and inside. Jill Crittenden, I bet she knows Eddie. It's near Elizabethtown. That's where Lebanon Junction, Kentucky. Kevin? I don't know. In Kentucky, I thought it was Elizabethtown. E-Town's what they call it. It's Elizabethton in Tennessee, right? 1-1 pitch. That's fouled off. Elizabethtown, you see that just right off of I-65 as you head up to Louisville. Used to make that drive a lot. Haven't been up to see my siblings in Cincinnati in several years. Dolores Harrell using the Full Count Broadcast Network on Facebook to communicate with other Rotors fans about a lost puppy. I guess we'll allow that. 1-2. Jaden Perez, a Safeware strikeout victim. And a hat trick. Now 1 out. That's the 5th strikeout of the ball game by Peyton Vaught, and 14 Ks for rhythm pitching. And now Ellis Hurt, 2 for 4 in the ball game for the Rotors, comes to the plate. Coming up on the 3-hour mark. We're at 2:50 right now. It's the Rotors bat here in the top of the 8th inning. First pitch swinging, fouls it off the screen. Devin McCarron playing around a pole at shortstop position. Jake Turr is up the middle. Nolan Sargent pretty shallow in center field. John Paul Head average distance away in right field. Same for Charlie Bozeman in left. Jake Merrick and Blake Carter playing straight away at third and first. Trey Simmons squarely behind home plate where he should be. Catches ball outside. Hurt from Harpeth High School, according to the internet. And you can believe everything you read on the internet. I'm a French model. Bonjour. 1-1. Yes. I need to, I'm telling you, one of these nights here real soon, I got to plug in Susan's mic. I'm telling you, what, 36 years we've been married? You have gotten funnier and funnier over the years while living with me. You didn't used to be this funny. You're pretty funny now. You're the yin to my yang. You're the salt to my pepper. I miss you on the road. 1-2 pitch is high. Eddie Crittenden just wishes his wife would come up and help him on the broadcast. But Eddie doesn't have a scoreboard. Eddie, you got to get a scoreboard on that Facebook broadcast. People have to see it. See the people who have turned me down, Eddie, they can see what the score is. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss and a Safeware strikeout. Hurt goes down for the first time swinging. Vaught stepped on a fastball there, and Hurt swung on and missed. A.J. Armstrong steps to the plate. 1 for 3. Strikeout victim to end that 7-run 7th, 6th, as he said. Stands in with 2 on and 2 out. Takes a slider low and in for a called strike. AJ comfortable taking pitches. It is league leading 31st walk of the year in that 7-run 6th. Cracks one out the left field. That's going to get down on one hop as Bozeman, and he gets it back in quickly. And Henson has to hold up at third. Armstrong with 2 hits now in the ball game. That'll bring up Caleb Warren. This is a big at bat for both teams. Rhythm trying to keep the deficit at 2, and Fulton trying to get some Country Financial Zach William insurance runs for themselves, as Jimmy Gamboa will come out. Josh Carmen out to holler something at somebody out on the field. See him over there just at the corner of the dugout. Our folks are too cheap. You'd have to pay her, huh? She one of those high maintenance ladies, Eddie. Be careful what you say. She was listening in earlier. If in fact Jill Crittenden is your wife. I think she is. Speaking of the focusing of the cameras, it's on autofocus. So that I see that on YouTube. I've been seeing it all year long. When it gets dark, it happens. I don't know how to fix it. And first pitch blocked by Trace Simmons with the bases jammed, 2 outs. And if you've been listening very long to the Full Count Rhythm broadcast, you know one of my sayings is it's just like ESPN, only totally different. 1-0 pitch, catches the outside corner. Caleb Warren now with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Couple of strikeouts on the night and a couple of walks. What will it be in his 5th at bat? Ground ball to the right side, charging and bobbling. Turr just gets the out. There was a scramble there by Jake Turr. He couldn't get rid of that hot potato quick enough. Good thing Blake Carter's 6'3" down there at first base. And the Rhythm dodged the bullet. He had to charge, but could not get the handle to the last second and just tried to shovel it to first base and gets Warren. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 3 runners left aboard. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th, Rhythm down by 2.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Bottom of the 8th we go. The Rotors with a new pitcher out on the mound. In for Nick Arnett is a right-hander, Troy Jocelyn. Let's see where Troy's from Medina, Medina, Tennessee. I think it's Medina. Incoming freshman to Jackson State Community College. He's going to become a Green Jay, 6 foot, 160-pound right-hander. That's down there where Andrew Perry hangs out, former Rhythm right or left-hander. He has something in common with Tim Dixon. He lived in the Tim and Susan Reese household during a summer of baseball. Tim Dixon's still hanging out at the house. We're trying to get rid of him. Can't get rid of him. He's going to stick around. He doesn't eat much, though. Jocelyn's 6th or 7th appearance of the year, 19 1/3 innings. He's in a save situation if he can finish the game and the Rotors don't give up the lead. First pitch by Simmons popped up. That will get out of play, a AAA autoglass foul ball. Wonder if the merch pavilion is still open. Probably not. I think they still want those baseballs back, though. Simmons 1 for 2 on the night. Singled in his last at-bat, line to single into center field, takes a called strike. Now down in the count, 0-2. 23 hits given up by Jocelyn in his 19-plus innings, 13 runs, 12 of those are earned. They want to check down, and Trace Simmons is rung up. First batter that Jocelyn faces is a strikeout.
Second baseman number 3, Jake Kerr.
And now Jake Turr, who's 1 for 3, stands in. Jocelyn can go play for Mike Winders down at Jackson State. Understand they're supposed to be getting a new baseball field down there that actually has a press box. I've broadcasted down there for the last 4 years, or at least 3 out of those 4 years. So that breaking pitch stays inside. Sitting outside right behind home plate. They do not have a press box. 2-0 becomes a 3-0. Lou D'Alessio in the on-deck area to hit for Peyton Vaught. Turr thought he had ball 4 there, but apparently that sniffed at the outside corner for a called strike. Jocelyn rocks and fires. That's down. Now Turr will take his base. And sweet Lou D'Alessio. Got no more room in my box for Lou. He's the 4th player in that rectangle on my score sheet. He looks at a called strike that winks at the outside corner. Lou comes in hitting .264, playing in his 18th game. He's got 19 hits, including 2 doubles, 2 home runs. He's the tying run at the plate. Take a cut, Lou. Comes up empty on the fastball. Struck him out. Lou looked at that, may have been the best pitch that he got in the at bat. He's down looking. Now 2 outs, brings up Blake Carter. So Lou's going to be lifted unless he's going to go out and end a pitch. This full count has let go of their DH. Their DH is now the catcher. It's Trace Simmons as Blake Carter takes a breaking pitch on the outside corner. Medina, Tennessee, where Jocelyn from. And again, I'm not positive it's Medina or Medina. It is down in the Jackson area, so he's not going very far away to attend Jackson State. It's in Jackson, Tennessee. Blake Carter 1 for 3. Walked and scored ahead of the Charlie Bozeman 2-run home run in the 7th. Bozeman hoping to get an at-bat here in the 8th. Waits in the on-deck area. Low and away on the 0-2. Kerr leads off. He's typically a threat to attempt a stolen base. He's 3 for 4. Probably going to stay pretty close, down by 2. Swing and a miss, and Jocelyn strikes out the side. Gives up the walk to Turr, but the Rhythm are going to win this one. It's going to have to be in walk-off fashion, or it's going to go to extra innings. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We are through 8. We're headed to the 9th. 9-7, full count trails.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Yes. Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen for the Rhythm. Dawson Sweeney, one of the Sweeney boys out of the bullpen. No relation to Ryan, as we found out on the interrogation during a rain delay one night with Dawson Sweeney. They are not cousins. 6'1", 200-pound right-hander. He's a sophomore, rising sophomore at Trevecca Nazarene from Nolensville High School. Timeout for a fly death. Can't see him. Sweeney to face Matt Reinhardt leading off the ninth. First pitch is high. Sweeney, a couple of hits in 3 official plate appearances. Swings and misses at another high fastball. Dawson from Hermitage, Tennessee, the son of Bobby and Shanna Sweeney. Brother to Abby and Case. Paul is in Jackson, Mississippi. Nana's in Abilene, Texas. Camden Angel is his mentor. Inside corner, called strike. Dawson Sweeney's 10th appearance of the year, 8th in relief, 21 innings, giving up 14 hits, 15 runs, 10 are earned. Walked 8, struck out 32, second on the club in that category, second behind Logan Harrell, the now pitcher and catcher, as that pops off the top of Trace Simmons' glove, and the count goes full. And that's a Full Count Ministries full count. He has been susceptible to the long ball, and these Fulton Railroaders have been the culprits. He's pitched twice up in Fulton. I think 3 or 4 of those 5 home runs have been up at Fulton, and he walks the first batter that he faces, Matthew Reinhardt.
First baseman number 34, Xander Smith.
Peyton Vaught, 3 innings, giving up 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 3, struck out 6. Rotors did not plunk any batters. He faced 15. Squaring around a bunt. Xander Smith gets one down the third base line. Could be a tough play. Merrick throws on the run, and Xander Smith lays down a perfect sac bunt. He is out at first. Down to second base goes Reinhardt. Kind of surprised they didn't try to steal Matthew Reinhardt. Maybe a fake bunt.
Center fielder number 11, Owen Sullivan.
His dad wanted to see him steal second in the last time that he was there. They didn't let him steal this time. Breaking pitch, maybe missed high to Owen Sullivan. 2-0. Reinhardt stole third in the 5th inning. Let's see if he'll get adventurous. Try to do it again. Get there with 1 out. 2-0. He does not take off. Pitch is a strike. Sullivan's been a strikeout victim 4 times. He has got the golden sombrero. I don't even know what you call 5. Is that a platinum sombrero? My son looked that up one time. Pops this one up. That'll get out of play. AAA autoglass foul ball. They do shower glass as well. Appreciate the comments and the support again by the Fulton Railroaders fans on the broadcast. 2-2 pitch is high. And a second straight full count Ministries full count. Dawson Sweeney. Full count pitch is fouled off. There's a full count first pitch foul ball. Ryan Sweeney, his non-cousin, came in with the lowest ERA among qualifying pitchers for full count. 26 innings, 1.38 ERA. I'm not sure if OVL considers qualifying. You have to have same number of innings pitched as games played, but there's a Safeware strikeout, and there it is. The platinum sombrero. I believe that's the first time I've ever seen that. A backward K in the book, and that's out number 2 is Owen Sullivan having a night to forget. 5th strikeout of the game. Popped up on the right side. It might be playable. Blake Carter in foul territory makes the catch for the final out in the 9th. Great job by Dawson Sweeney to come back to pick up 3 outs after the leadoff walk. Sack bunt, strikeout, and a pop out ends the 9th. And the Rhythm need 2 to continue, 3 to walk it off. Had a couple of walk-offs this year. See if they can do it again. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 9th.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
9-1-2 to face Troy Jocelyn, who's trying to get his first save of the year and try to give Nick Arnett his first win of the year. And even the Railroaders' overall record at 15-15 didn't give Full Count their 10th loss of the year. But Charlie Bozeman, Nolan Sargent, and John Paul Head, as Tim Dixon prognosticating that John Paul Head's going to hit a 3-run homer and walk it off. Tim, is that what we're looking for? Something that we can hold on to here, Obi-Wan Kenobi. First pitch to Charlie Bozeman misses for ball 1. Tim Dixon predicted the 2-run homer of Charlie Bozeman on a 1-1 pitch. This is a one-hopper that is fielded by Reinhardt, and Bozeman is retired at first base for the first out. So John Paul Head's not going to hit a 3-run homer to walk it off. That's for sure.
Center fielder number 11, Nolan Sargent.
Now Nolan Sargent's going to come to the plate. Looking for his first hit of the ball game. He's 0 for 4. Paula Sims rooting for a big inning. Paula, all we need's 3. Squares around the bunt, takes a pitch high. Fulton with 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and a 7 spot in the 6th. Rhythm handed the Railroaders 7 runs in that inning. Six walks. Cracked foul down the first base line. 6 walks in the inning. Actually, 7 walks in the inning. 6 scored. 1-2 pitch. That missed down. Looked like a changeup. Troy Jocelyn struck out 3 of the 4 batters he faced in the 8th. Got Bozeman to ground out weakly to shortstop. And now 2-ball, 2-strike count to Nolan Sargent, the leadoff batter. Nolan hits one out to right center field. Over is Sullivan. The ball hits the ground. And Sargent is going to cruise into second base. I couldn't even see it. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it or not. Looked like he overran it. I got an E8. Yeah, I think that's a E8 based on what I could see there. Sullivan got a good jump as out of the dugout is J.D. Willis. Have a conversation. Probably going to talk about the best hitter in the league, John Paul Head. I don't know if they've had somebody down there loosening or not, but John Paul Head is at the plate with a chance to tie the ball game with a big fly. Thought Sullivan was playing well over into right center field, actually, with the pull hitter. Let's see if we can see it again. I couldn't see it out of here. I thought from here looking on the replay that he overran it. It goes behind him, yeah. Maybe he's looking through our camera lens and couldn't see it. John Paul takes a strike on the outside corner. That was a little bit of a bender. What was that? Tinted windows, yeah. Owen Sullivan looking through these tinted windows at nighttime. Couldn't pull the trigger on another breaking pitch, and now he's down in the count 0-2. John Paul handles the bat well. Tim Dixon going to go yard card again. Could he do it again on the 0-2 pitch? Lined into left field. It's a base hit. They'll hold the runner at third. And the tying runs are on base. John Paul with 3 straight hits, a home run, single, and a single. He's now 3 for 5. And Tim Dixon loses his yard card after the second prognostication. Now Devin McCarron with a chance to walk it off for the Rhythm. Devin is due. A couple of ground outs in his last 2 at-bats as Jocelyn. He is trying to stay away from that power. McCarron struck out looking in the first, singled and scored in the third. walked in the 4th, and grounded out in the 6th and the 7th. So he's 1 for 4. He would love to pick up extra base knock right here, if not getting it out of the ballpark. Foul tips that one into the glove of Chris Henson. And the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Linda Barker rooting hard for the Railroaders. Young Troy Jocelyn yanks a fastball glove side. That's out. Rhythm have a walk-off mercy rule win as Nolan Sargent bases clearing double, 14-4 win over Hoptown as McCarron swings and misses at a breaking pitch. That was back on June 21st. The only walk-off win of the year for Full Count, and it was not as dramatic as this game right here. Slider away, everything to McCarron in this at-bat has been away. See if Devin can stay on a pitch that, if it's close, maybe go to the right side. If he hits one down that right field line, John Paul Head should score. He runs pretty well. Full count pitch is yanked, and McCarron draws the walk, and the bases are loaded for Jake Merrick. Second walk by Jocelyn. And it looks like it is Troy Jocelyn's game to save. I don't see any heads down there in the bullpen for the Roaders. Merrick, a couple of hits in his first 2 at-bats. 0 for 2 in his last 2. Oh, he had a pitch to hit right there, and he took it for a strike. That was a slow breaking pitch. Merrick with 3 home runs. Could he walk it off with a grand slam? Jocelyn thought he picked at that outside corner for strike 2, but didn't get the call. Mason Davidson, he is looking for some drama behind the plate. Stay tuned. We'll have the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game. Jake Merrick hoping it's him as he takes a changeup for a called strike. 1 out, bases loaded. And the cleanup hitter, Jake Merrick, one of the top hitters in the OVL. 30-plus RBIs. Grounds one just foul underneath the legs of Nolan Sargent down there at third base. Count remains 1-2. Owen Sullivan, the center fielder, playing over on the right side of second base out there. Time called by Micah Holman, the first base umpire. Apparently a ball loose down the bullpen. And now the 1-2 pitch. Low and away. Drama. Call your friends, call your neighbors. 77 of you watching on YouTube. Ground ball to the right side. Let's see. That'll score 1, and nobody is going to be retired. I believe that's going to be an infield single. Caleb Warren tried to slide over, make the grab to be able to throw Merrick out, but I don't think that's a tough play right there as Jake Merrick picks up the infield single, scores Sargent. That's an unearned run, but the bases remain juiced. And now Trey Simmons with the winning run out at second base. The tying run is at third with 1 out. Simmons 1 for 3. We'll count down 9-8, and Simmons takes a hooky right down the can for a called strike. Struck out on a check swing in the 8th to lead off against Jocelyn. So the second time he's seen, fouls that one straight behind, and he's now down in the count 0-2. Our ball boy out, number 26. Mason Davidson said, gives it here, and he gives it here, and he flips it right back to him. Okay, that was fun. Jocelyn ahead 0-2. Breaking pitch, he gets a piece of it. Jimmy Gamboa coaching down at third base. Carson Howard down at first, apparently. He's hiding behind the Rotors dugout. Haven't seen him all night. Just missed. Jocelyn tried to step on a fastball. Had a little bit of comeback action on that fastball at the letters, and Trace Simmons was praying that wasn't called a strike. Ball and 2 strikes is down. Simmons gripping that old hickory steel press bat a little bit tighter. John Paul Head at third, Devin McCarron at second, Jake Merrick with an RBI infield single. He's got 3 RBIs in the game, and he's 3 for 5. John Paul Head also 3 for 5. The pitch, grounded foul. Count remains 2-2. If you're the outfield, you have to play in far enough that if it's a single, you can throw the runner from second out at home. I don't know that, as Owen Sullivan now comes in. Another foul ball. Trace Simmons delaying and continuing the drama. Susie getting nervous? My wife wringing her hands as she sits next to me up in the rhythm section in the press box. The 2-2 pitch. Grounded into the hole on the left side. 1 run's going to score. Here comes the throw. They play at the plate, not a time. And the Rhythm walk it off. A 2-run single by Trace Simmons. And full count comes from behind to defeat the Fulton Railroaders 10-9. This one belongs to the Rhythm. The infield drawn in just a bit, and Trace Simmons split the shortstop and the third base with a pretty much a weak ground ball. Devin McCarron slid home on the throw from Ellis Hurt, which was not in time, and full count gets the victory. Here in a game that takes 3 hours and 27 minutes, 26. And the winning pitcher, Dawson Sweeney, and Jocelyn takes the loss. I believe that is the first loss. According to Game Changer, there's 3 losses on Game Changer that have not been recorded for the Fulton Railroaders. It shows their pitchers are 2 losses. Nope, 3. Shows they're 14 and 15, but the total loss is 14 and 12. So I'm not exactly sure, but Jocelyn will get the loss, and the win goes to Dawson Sweeney, who moves to 2-1 on the season. And the Rhythm moved to 21-9 in their first 30 games. So now 3/4 of the way through this season, Rhythm with a 21-9 record. Fulton Railroaders fall to 14-16. Trace Simmons going to have to be the Chick-fil-A Rivergate player of the game. He can't hit a walk-off base hit and not be named. He finishes 2 for 4 in the ball game, 2 RBIs, and knocks in John Paul Head and Devin McCarron. Trace Simmons, your Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game, and we're going to celebrate with a spicy chicken sandwich, I think. Maybe we didn't get any. We got a couple of bags up here. Tim Dixon's already had his, didn't he? You ate yours. You get another one when you go down there, I'm sure. And let's get to our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. We're going to stay in the book of James, chapter 1. We've been there for several days now. It is James 1, Verse 22, it says, "Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says." There's nothing plainer in the Bible than James 1:22. That is our Full Count Ministries verse of the game as rice is cooking in the microwave here in the Rhythm. Get the walk-off 10-9 victory over the Railroaders. Move to 6-1 on the year. And a not very pretty sixth inning for Full Count is whitewashed over with the 3-run. 2 of those were earned on 3 hits, 1 error in the 9th inning. Suze, what else you got? She ready to go to the house. The Rhythm will be off tomorrow, as will all of the Ohio Valley League. And Full Count back on the road at Henderson, doubleheader on Wednesday. Let me see what time that is scheduled. Henderson Flash game on Wednesday, scheduled on Game Changer at 5 p.m. We will come on the air at approximately 4:45. Weather permitting, obviously. We'll be sitting outside there at Park Field in Henderson for that doubleheader, 2 7-inning contests between the Flash and the Rhythm. Full Count continues to lead the Ohio Valley League. Henderson Flash, depending on what they do tonight, if that game, let's see if they're even continuing to play. Henderson and Hoptown still delayed. I guess there's a chance that they will continue that game at another time. Paducah and Madisonville also still delayed. But not here in Drakes Creek Park. The Rhythm with the comeback victory. And the Fulton Railroaders put on a good show for the crowd here, and safe travels to the Railroaders as they return back to the Twin Cities. And when will we see them? It is the final week. It's actually a week from tonight. We'll be back up in Fulton for the final time in the regular season. So Mondays with the Railroaders. For John Smithson, the Director of Ministry here at Full Count Ministries, and Head Coach General Manager Josh Carman, and for the entire Rhythm section, including my lovely wife, Susan Reese, who's been the director and the producer for tonight's show, this is Tim Reese saying God bless you. Thank you for watching another exciting edition of Full Count Rhythm Baseball right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Good night, everybody.
This has been another Full Count Rhythm Baseball game presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We'll see you next time right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network.